Aurelio and Nyx, you hear out the door.
Well, it's not my house. Doc, go get it.
You want me to grab that, or?
Yes, please. I'm still trying to sew your friend's organs back in.
Oh, yeah.
I go and open the door.
Hello, ma'am. Long time no see.
Hello, K17. She's like kind of shocked. What are you doing here?
Aurelia, you can see this too. You look and you just see K17 standing in a rather ornate white robe with a hood drawn tight over their face, but you can still see their bright, glowing robotic eyes. They have pupils and stuff like that. They've got a significant amount of facial features for emoting with, and they use it to the best of their abilities. K17 looks at Aurelia and says, "Hello there, Aurelio.
Yo! What's up?
I've been sent by the counselor. Abram said you would be here."
Counselor Abram?
No, no. Not that.
I'm pretty sure I know exactly who they're talking about. So, yeah, come in. And she like opens the door wider so they can come in.
Okay, yeah, he takes a few steps in and takes a look around the house, and it's like his chest kind of like, or their chest kind of like, seemingly puffs out a bit as if they're taking a nice big breath of fresh air, but they're not. And then they look around the house.
She's like muttering under her breath, "Please be polite."
"Hello, sir. Do you own this residence?" Yes. What do we? Is this a friend of yours? What's a dirty robot doing in my house?
Oh, don't you call him dirty. Aurelio sputters. He's a friend.
He is an associate of ours.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, just keep him mostly, hidden, and shouldn't be any issues with the town folk or anything.
I'm sure he'll be on his best behavior.
Right.
Is the town not like robots?
No, not many places like robots at all, to be honest.
Why?
I just unnerves people, I guess. Uncanny feelings. I don't really give a damn one way or another. I used to work with them all the time back at my old job, but not everybody thinks similarly. How rude.
Aurelio shrugs.
Anyway, Abram sent you, I assume?
Yes, he made me aware you collected the artifact.
She kind of looks at Aurelio.
Aurelio once again shrugs.
We did.
I've come to collect it for the counselor if you chose not to deliver it yourselves and your work was unfinished here.
Aurelio, did you have any issue with us bringing it back, or did you want? I'm fine either way.
I don't want trouble K17 here. I mean, he already came all the way out. We can take it back ourselves, right?
If that is your prerogative.
What's that mean?
I'll explain it later. We will be taking the artifact back ourselves in our own ship.
Very well. When should we expect you?
What time is it? What day is it?
Good question.
It is 1:30 p.m. Wednesday.
So we'll probably be back like early or tomorrow, right? Because Abram's like dying, so he needs to get help.
How long does it take for us to travel through that space nonsense?
It was like 8 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's like one long rest.
Yeah, it was about one long rest, a little under a day.
So it should be reasonable to assume that we should be back by tomorrow night.
Very well then. I will keep dinner warm.
Oh, K17.
That was
really
a
give him
joke.
a hug.
Please,
Okay.
thank you for your show of affection, Aurelio.
Aurelio backs up.
Let the counselor know that we were successful, and that we will see her shortly.
Affirmative. Anything else?
Tell her that I have a request when we get back.
Excellent. I have a question myself.
Okay.
He raises one arm and just kind of points it to the northwest, like through the walls, through the establishment, through the home that you are standing in.
He breaks the house. The wall is down.
Was that your doing?
No.
You answered a little too quickly.
No. Aurelius like was shaking his head. No. Yes.
The large. I see. Understood.
Yes. That was our doing.
I've been in the township for several hours. I think it may behoove you to not share that information.
Yeah.
Oh, don't worry.
Though
We plan
perhaps
on
they
keeping
may
that
be
under
grateful.
wraps.
Very well. I'm going to take my leave now.
Thank you.
And he just kind of turns around in place and walks out the door and shuts
I think it would
behind
have been funnier if you just started backing up.
He just he
reversed.
he reverses. He just like rewinds all the way back to the town. Okay, Nyx and Aurelio, you are at full health, full hit points, full everything. You like story wise, you are still suffering injuries, but mechanically speaking, you're at full health. So just put that back on your sheet.
Yay! I have all my spell slots.
Gosh, I hope my audio is not fucked up.
I have erased
be good.
and rewritten my health points so many times that I'm close to getting a whole
Please,
broken
It's
Aurelio,
symbolic.
please move to roll20.net for
I
your
don't know how.
dear brother.
Computers are confusing.
All right,
Listen,
everyone.
I resisted it at first too, but it's nice.
Next session is going to be a side quest, a little session where it's just going to be me and the book being beaten into Aurelio de la Fuente's face as we attempt to get him to embrace modern day technology.
Are we actually going to record
I
that?
will absolutely record it if you think it's going to be that difficult.
Remember this moment.
Hmm. Abram,
Yes.
you are standing in the township of the Seyo Cliffs, Sello. And people around you are pulling themselves back together after a panicked afternoon. You see soldiers in the streets, but they're more concerned with just maintaining order and making sure everyone's okay. It's more about like keeping everybody safe rather than imposing any kind of hardships or anything like that. You do see that there's been fires, and people have been tending to them. Fire station's been basically doing its work nonstop since you've gotten here. Who knows how long they've been going for? There's one or two buildings that have been demolished, and you do notice that there's been ambulances moving around back and forth. But for the most part, I guess you could say that this town is okay. What do you do?
I'm just going to the hospital.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
unfortunate that this town suffered some of that damage, probably from the dragon, but
Right.
you can't do anything about it. Wink.
On the way
Okay.
to the hospital, you notice a lot of military vehicles and people being moved to and fro. The helicopter pad is constantly occupied on the rooftops. It's just a tremendous amount of back and forth. It seems like this is a very overworked and understaffed location currently. Do you head right on inside?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm dying.
Roll perception on the way in.
Perception?
Yes,
Oh,
please.
fuck. My sheet is not open. Okay.
Your passive perception is godly. This is really just for show.
That's fine. I will dance for the people. 22.
Nice. DMs out there, asking them to roll perception is really just you saying, hey, there's something to notice. You notice that there's a lot of people who are like military personnel. It seems like there's just like an overflow of people from the barracks. Like the barracks and the ships just don't have enough infirmaries and first aid residences to take care of these people who were injured in the little fight. And so the overflow is just going into this hospital, and so it seems to be serving military personnel as well as townsfolk.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it seems like the ratio is more trooper to trooper is the majority here. As you stroll on in and up to the front counter, can you describe to me your various injuries?
Probably some, maybe broken ribs, maybe not just fractured. He probably broke something when he fell when the castle split. Probably some nerve damage. I don't know how visible that would be though. Various fractures, maybe. Just from the fall. I think the fall was the biggest thing that hurt him.
You walk in looking like a bundle of apples that's been beaten to death. And there is a small nurse who is clearly tired, who goes up to you and asks you what you need.
Whatever you can provide. I have internal injuries, bones mostly.
She nods and sighs and asks you to fill out some paperwork while she goes and gets some bandages and some casting equipment for making a cast. When I mute this microphone, the mic still is picking up audio waves somehow, and that's terrifying. I'm so sorry for the people listening to this episode later. I don't know what's happening.
I hope it comes out okay. But yeah, he fills out whatever he's been filling out while staying here. Which is to say, not his name.
I think it was Aurelio at this point. Yeah,
It was Aurelio, but I'm just saying he's not like being inconsistent with it.
Right, I understand.
Aurelio Arzella.
Yeah.
You go up to the top floor. Not the top floor, I'm sorry. One floor up. And you notice a lot of construction workers moving back and forth. And she sits you down in like a waiting room chair in a waiting room. But a lot of people are being treated here for injuries, burns, and broken things as well. And they give you a splint, a little bit of fiber healing, which is for like topical burns and stuff like that. It's basically like fresh skin, except in synthetic form.
Yeah, I need some of that.
It's very good for the soul. And you notice that these construction workers are repairing the damages that you caused when you jumped out the window and kidnapped Vincent, or whatever his name is. Neovo. Before you remember that his name is Neovo, yeah.
Vincent, yes. It's fine.
Yeah.
Aurelio did a great job pulling up next to the hospital.
You are also functionally back at full health with all your stuff, but story-wise, you have several splints and perhaps even like a sling for an arm.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Comfy.
Okay. They just say they'll bill you. It seems like they're just having trouble keeping track of everything right now.
That's fine. He understands. He wants us. He doesn't want a lot of people paying attention to him, so it's fine.
Okay. Is there anything that you do while you're here at the hospital?
I wanna. I'm sure there are TVs nearby, radio, something with the news. I want to hear what the town was saying. The media.
Sure. We're gonna pull back the camera a bit. I think we're gonna have a nice little montage of Abram. You are watching the television as it goes on, and Nix and Aurelio, you also are listening to a TV that's stationed in the living room of Dr. Robertson's house, I believe his name is. Yes, that's right. The turnip farmer, the turnip man, and you hear them talking about how this crazy, strange terrorist attack has just taken place, but
oh my god,
it's obvious that it's not that. They don't know what to call it. They've never experienced a ancient mythological castle flying through the air and attacking the town, and they're very thankful for the ISF troopers who are so brave and courageous to go up against the destructive force. And there is talk of several fires that have raged throughout the city, and you do not see a small amount of people who are beginning to connect all of the strange events that have happened over the past few weeks. There is one particular journalist who seems to be saying that this is all part of a string of near supernatural events that have taken place. First, a message that plays seemingly across the universe, and several relics and artifacts suddenly being unearthed from various locations across the sector, and now this attack. Now this giant fortress that has risen up from nowhere out of a storm cloud and has started bombarding a town, if it weren't for the ISF, and a few other citizens. It seems that they're aware of a private civilian vessel that also went up against the castle, and was last seen fleeing from it shortly before it fell.
Oh no.
No, it's fine.
There was talk of a nuclear meltdown, of radiation, but it turns out someone was responsible for stopping it, and for that they're thankful. They don't know who it is. The ISF seems to be not commenting at this moment. You see a large man in bright and dark blue armor, and they're listed as a Colonel Armstrong, and you have met them before.
Yeah.
Indeed, and they speak up on the television. We are not sure at this time who the civilian ship belonged to. We are attempting to maintain order. Anyone, please, if they have any information pertaining to the event that has just transpired with the castle in the sky, please contact the local authorities or myself. In the meantime, we will be facilitating cleanup and repair. If everyone can just work together, we will get through this. That is all, they say into a trio of microphones before standing up away from the pedestal and walking back towards the barracks. It appears that is where they are in the city. A large ship is hovering just behind him over the ocean, seemingly come to replace the one that is now currently sitting on the side of a mountain. After that, you just see repeating news footage, new words, same images.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and say Abram probably rests for a little while longer before trying to leave, because he's like, okay, we need to leave. So he's gonna go ahead and try to meet back up with them so they can get out of here. So he's leaving.
Okay, I think that after, I'm gonna say 3 hours. Is that good?
Sure.
All right. You three are sent out back into the world. Abram, you step out through the sliding doors into a still rambunctious and chaotic township. However, it's somewhat calmed. Nix and Aurelio, Robertson bids you farewell. And, well, you have the dire medal.
Yeah.
A large V-shaped pair of, I guess, like wings almost, like they curve at the tips.
I forgot how suspicious we'd look.
Yeah, how big is it again?
It's about like 5 feet tall and 6 feet wide.
How are we gonna put a blanket over it?
No, we can't do that.
No, it's fine. You should have like him.
Nix
That's
is gonna
fine.
offer. She says, I'll stay here with the metal hidden in
good
the
idea.
trees while you guys go get the ship, and we'll just load it up and we'll take off.
Yeah, that sounds better. I think, yeah.
So I'm
Good
gonna stay
thinking.
here.
Okay, we'll be back.
Okay. I'm gonna. Is Abram with us?
I guess so.
Just have the
I'm
dire metal
I'm
in
just
a
here now.
bush.
Okay, good.
I'll allow it.
We're
Okay.
gonna-
Dire metal's
we're
in a
gonna-
bush, just hidden, and I'm like leaning against a nearby tree.
They're in full bloom this
Excuse
time
me.
here.
Casual.
Alright, we gotta. Where is the ship? It's where we.
You see 3 faceless figures at the tree. No,
just.
the ship
Aurelio
is
kills himself.
back in the large stadium-like hangar.
Aurelio.
Nix and Aurelio are there, or who's staying with the dire metal?
No, me and Abram are
Just
going.
me.
Okay, Abram and Aurelio, you are on a very own magical private journey as you walk back to the township.
Sweet.
Yeah. You head back to the town, and it doesn't take you too long. At this point, you've navigated so many times, you can feel it like the back of your hand. And you are going to roll for random encounter.
Okay. Fair enough.
What is that? D20?
It is a basic bitch d20. Both of you are going to roll. We're going to add them together.
15.
That's
wanted
a
to
20.
put-
We did it.
That's not how that works.
The higher we get, the more people we encounter. We've encountered 20 people.
No!
You meet no less than 20 people on your way there, and they're all rather nice and amiable and very nice to
Nice.
talk to
Oh,
and
that's
stuff
good.
like that.
Good.
You spy Madras on the way back, but
Oh,
he
God.
he does not spy you.
Okay, good.
What did they both say?
Neither of us are on like speaking terms with them. That's
No.
that's
Abram, I would like to point out that you're carrying a 7-foot spear with you everywhere you go right now. Until you
say-
get back to the ship.
Okay, I didn't mean to have that on me, but
I don't know where you would have stored it.
Left it with Nyx
With me.
in the bush. If
In the bush.
you want to say I should have thought of that, fine. But
Is it a
I
human
think I'm gonna say you
intestine?
should have thought of that, yeah.
Human intestines
yeah.
are like 20 feet long, right? Let's just shove it up your ass.
Perfect.
okay, well, to be fair, I also had it at the hospital, so it's probably too late. People have seen
The
it with a
hospital's
giant.
like,
People
alright.
have noticed it and just like been ignoring it for the most part. It's actually I think that you would have noticed this at this point, but local town guards have been carrying like halberds and spears,
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
see,
town,
this is
we're the
completely
police.
normal.
whereas ISF people are using real guns.
Look, I got this. It's fine.
I don't. Yeah, you're maybe at another time it would be an issue, but not right now.
Yep.
You make it back to the ship
Oh, good point.
unscathed and undamaged.
Nice.
I like that. Wait, where was Madras? Were they
Uh,
just in the town?
No, he was in town. He was in the town center, on the just kind of like in the dead middle of everything, helping people, moving back and forth, trying to figure out where people have went.
What a good person.
Yeah, basically just being the best possible person that they can be, and you hate them for it.
Yep. All right, let's go.
We're gonna leave him without him ever knowing where we went.
Yep.
Bye.
He's gonna find out my email. He's gonna send me an email and be
They
like,
don't have
"Yo,
internet yet.
where'd you go?" And be like, ah.
Don't
They
worry,
don't have it.
we're not talking to them ever again. All right, where's the ship?
It's in front of you.
Nice.
Ew.
Aurelio, open this thing.
Beep beep. Unlocked. Let's go.
Thanks.
I turned that on.
Okay. Nobody is on the operating line to give you a license to
Doesn't
fly.
matter.
I don't like this.
I've been flying without a license. Right?
I thought we had a.
Yeah, wait a
Flying
second. I got a license from here.
Yeah, but
No one's here to
Something-
check it.
I don't know. Something weird's happening. I'm uncomfortable.
Well, why do they need to check it? I already have it. They can just flag me down and I'll pull over and show them my license.
Okay, so do you take off?
Well, let's perceive this area.
yeah,
first.
can I? I'm like, PM, please. You hear me freaking out. Let me roll perception or something.
Then roll perception.
Lose my goddamn mind. Something is fucky. 19.
There's something on your wing.
Yeah.
Who's on my way?
No, is it like a
It's
it a
like-
tracking device?
It's like
or
a red
bomb?
clamp.
Yeah, what is that?
It
I-
is
I
a device that interferes with engine activity, essentially being a.
It's a boot.
It's a boot lock, yeah.
I was like,
Okay.
there's no way they just let this ship.
I
sit
get
here.
out. I get out of my ship and I go to the boot and I look at it. Let
Okay.
me look at that boot.
It is firmly clamped onto the wing of your ship, interfering with the
What-
fuel
what
line
is-
to your engine.
What is it locked with? Like, how's it locked on?
Like a very strong magnetic kind of lock. If you want to try and break it, you can. But it's a powerful
strength,
lock.
right?
If only you had your genius.
I know. I was gonna say, where's Nyx with her magnet wand? and
That's strength,
brain?
right?
Strength.
roll it
There's a
out.
variety of ways that you could surmount this challenge.
Okay,
You gotta
okay.
tell me how you use your various skills to do it. if
I'm
you're
gonna
try.
talk to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, it might be voice command.
I'm going to persuade it to stop.
Stop.
All right.
I'm the most useless person in this scenario. Abram,
No,
you hit
it's
it with
fi- why-
something.
you wanted to talk to it. I was gonna let you.
I can't talk to it. It won't. it
Are you
won't-
done?
It won't listen. It just won't
Okay,
listen.
I understand. I'm just gonna test the. I'm gonna test how strong the magnet is. I'm assuming it's not gonna come off,
Okay.
but 23.
Okay. No, it doesn't come off.
Yeah. Okay. Now, all right. We'll have to get.
Well, we both work on it.
Well, is this? Do we know anything about these type of security devices to the point where it'd be like, if there's tampering, it will like go
No,
off.
you are not in any
Crazy.
form of danger. This is not an explosive device. It
Well,
is.
no, I also
I
don't want it to
just
send a signal back to whoever put it that, hey, there's someone's trying to fucking remove this.
Oh, that very well might
like
happen.
a security.
Yes.
Can
like,
I-
you know.
Yes.
Can I just say, like, Nyx is waiting by her bush and she just, like, looks up all of a sudden. I have a strange feeling they need security tools right about now.
I feel like Nyx just gets like this weird like spidey
Security
sense
tools,
where
huh?
she's just like,
Spidey
I
monkey
feel like I could be
moment.
doing something.
Aurelia, are you proficient in security tools?
I am proficient in
He's proficient in lockpicking
Tools.
tools.
just
I
like
haven't-
regular tools,
Okay.
not necessarily.
I have security
tools.
tools. I don't know why. I'm
I
not
don't
proficient in them.
think that you have security tools.
Well, how about you give
They're in
me
my
that?
inventory.
and
I
will
don't know
use
how they
them.
got into your inventory.
What is this? Security tools, water, 2
He
knives.
could have taken them.
That's like a starting pack, I think. But I'll take it off if.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you to take that off. Because there was such a to-do about getting Nyx her fucking security tools that if you were just like, oh, I've had them the whole time, I would kill you.
I don't even know what they are. Well, you did it. You did it. I just
Okay,
never
is there like a workman around here? Like, is there anyone in this?
There's a
place
lot of
that I
people
can
around.
talk
Yeah, there's like
Well,
workers
I'm
and
gonna-
mechanics
I'm
and
just
stuff
gonna
like that.
find an official and be
Okay.
like, hey, because I have a license on me.
Okay, go talk to him.
Okay.
Well, I feel like the boot is here
Why-
not because we don't have a license, but because they know this was the ship. But go ahead.
Oh, I thought it was just here because they didn't
I-
want anyone taking off during the battle.
Or maybe there are other boots on other planes to prevent all people from leaving.
That's
yeah,
what
that's
I-
what he was saying. Okay, are there?
I was
boots on
thinking it was
other
more just
people's
like they didn't
vehicles?
want people like flying away because there was a battle going on, so they didn't
You
want.
do see a few people who also have boots. on their
Okay, then
ships.
I feel.
Are
I
they
feel
all
okay with
like outside or civilian ships?
I don't know how you'd be able to know
I
that.
don't know, but I asked.
Yes, you did. Roll that insight check, I guess.
that. Well, because they must have license plates, right?
Christ. A nat 20. What I'm thinking is, even if they don't know this ship is specifically ours, like the people they saw in the air, they're like, okay, we know it was an outsider civilian ship, so we're gonna boot all of them.
Right, but I've got really high like persuasion. and deception
They've
shit.
That's
It
you can
appears
try.
that all of the outsider ships have been booted. Yes. However, this
yeah.
place is full of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, I'm not worried about this.
I am, but go ahead.
No, I'm not. I ain't worried. No,
Uh-huh.
I ain't afeared. Besides, we need
Okay.
to leave. So I'm gonna find a worker, I guess.
Okay, you do. He's standing right in front of you.
Oh,
Oh, how convenient.
yeah.
Well, I mean, like,
watching us this whole time.
Well, like you do it. I'm not gonna like
Okay.
dialogue the 3
It's
minutes
fine.
it takes you to flag one guy down who's doing some job. Like you go,
Yeah.
you do the thing, and now we're at the part where you interact.
Okay. Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Please don't make that his voice.
I don't know what you're talking about,
It's his accent.
Okay. Yeah. Me and my buddy are trying to leave after this. You saw the dragon, right?
Oh
We're-
yeah, I saw the dragon.
We're kind of freaked out, and we wanted to leave, but we
Aye,
noticed
fair.
there's a boot on our
Ooh,
ship.
That's
Um,
rough, Betty.
I have a license. Would I be able to get that taken off?
Well, you
'Cause
have to take
I'm
that up with the
freaking out.
ISF, I'm afraid.
Oh no. Okay. Where could I talk to them?
Down by the barracks, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you very much, sir. I go back to Abram and I just shake my head.
I told you. No.
We're taking another trip
It,
on our
well,
favorite rocket trip.
do you want me to try to just get this thing off?
No, because I think it's probably gonna notify the ISF. Because if
We're,
they're
go-
like,
we're gonna notify the ISF when we walk in.
no, because we're concerned people that we're visiting here. On
You two are
vacation.
wanted. I
And
don't know
then
if they
just
know
saw
that,
this
but
giant dragon in the sky, and I'm like,
oh my god. Okay, here we go. Party decision. Do we want to try to force this off and just fucking leave, or are we gonna visit the ISF and try to get them to actually take it off? Which
Either way, they're gonna know the ship belongs to us because when you like,
Yeah,
yank
but
that
we'll-
bitch
we'll
off,
not
they're
be
gonna be
there.
like, hey.
and then we'll
Well,
leave.
Well, there's a bunch of workers here too.
With
They're
an
gonna be
insight
like,
check
what the
of
heck?
a critical success, Abram, you know that if you were to break this off, it would probably notify the ISF, but there is still the whole like response time.
Yeah,
They would not
busy.
just descend from the sky to like,
They just
instantaneously
repel
destroy
it from
you.
the
But like,
yeah.
on a failed attempt, wouldn't it notify them? And so we'd still have to like get
And
it
then
off.
I'd do it again.
And that would be like the response time we get.
It depends on how
How
close.
fast do you think they'll get here?
It depends on how close to getting it off. Like if you critically fail getting it off, it's not tampered with at all. If you get like a 19 when you need a 20 or something, for example, then like yeah. But at that
I
point,
hope
you've already
it's
got
not.
a half off anyway, and
with
you're
his
already.
awesome insight, does he know if the workers here would notice?
I don't care if they notice. Are they ISF? Are they gonna shoot? Are they armed? What's
No,
going on?
these workers are not armed. They are
Okay.
just based. They are mechanics and pilots and traders. They are people.
I feel
who
like
are
we're
normal
causing
civilians.
more of a commotion if we just try to yoink it right off.
And
you know?
I think if we go to the ISF,
we
they're gonna
should
be like,
say-
"Hey, wait a minute, aren't you?" Blah blah blah, and we'll have to answer a bunch of questions, and then we'll be caught in the fucking red tape and lies. But that's why I said party decision.
But
Next
I'm
year, the
good at
tiebreaker.
lying.
Next,
No, I
mother.
can't chime in because I'm not there.
No,
Well, we
this
can
is
just radio you.
character. Yeah, too late. You're on the phone now.
Great.
Without
Can't
like,
escape.
answer.
I had a feeling that you would need my security tools, and this is why I
Well,
never leave you guys
it
alone.
sounds like you're in favor of taking it off. Is that so?
No.
She
Okay,
said no.
so-
She wants to
so
lie.
I said oh.
Oh my god. Okay.
Don't misinterpret.
Next, I want to take the boot off so we can leave. Aurelia wants to go to the ISF and get them to just give us clearance to leave.
I'm afraid that after all the trouble that we've caused, we're just gonna get in more trouble. And
So you want to walk right into their arms?
They don't know it's
Wait.
us.
They will.
If we go to the
What?
ISF and we let them know that we were involved with the Slove incident, they could give us a pass because we know
Because
what's his
we
face?
we trashed Slove.
Yeah, or detain us for getting in their way.
Yeah. We
For
weren't
all
supposed to
intents
do that.
For all intents and purposes, the ISF owes us.
For
We can call in this favor.
Okay, well, how about this? What are you gonna do with the dire metal?
I'm gonna stay right here.
What?
Thanks. Leave it in this bush.
Well, how are you gonna get it back? It's gonna stay in that bush with you.
I mean, listen, if they couldn't find a giant castle in the sky and get the dire metal, I don't think they're gonna be able to find it in a bush either.
Well, she,
Yeah, okay.
we'll have to
and
get
then the bush
K-17 to come
randomly
back. 'cause
floats off in the air.
Oh
and
my
someone's like,
God.
hey, look, it's a floating bush. Yeah, no, I'm not
I'm
letting
gonna
that
cut the
happen.
entire wing off this plane if we don't pick something.
It won't work.
I say-
we have to.
I say we go to the ISF, get the boot taken off legally, because I don't think they'll do anything to us because they owe us for the Slove.
I
If
don't
they
know what
find
you
out
think
that
they
we're-
are, but fine.
if they even find out that we're like not just ordinary travelers.
I'm gonna cry. This is such
How
a
about we wear
bonding-
disguises? Let's go shopping.
Okay.
Disguise.
Whatever. Let's go.
Okay. We're going to have a shopping disguise.
Okay,
montage,
you walk in through the township, heading back the way you came. You are in the center of the city. You are surrounded by several shops, and I guess one of them is open, despite
Okay.
the chaos.
Okay.
Oh,
We need to change our
Yoo-hoo.
clothes.
Big summer
No.
blowout.
it's his cousin. I also am proficient in disguise kit, so whatever the fuck I do.
All right.
Yeah, so let's just
you
find
need to
disguise
buy a
kit
disguise
for
kit
I
Yeah.
have a disguise kit, I thought.
and a
did
fresh
I
pair
not,
of
did I
clothes.
not buy it?
I don't know if you bought it or not.
I'm checking. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. Can't my new clothes count as a disguise kit? My new things that I'm buying.
Yeah, you just roll. You just wouldn't be able to add your proficiency because you don't have the disguise kit.
Oh,
The,
so
the disguise kit gives you proficiency on the performance roll to pretend to be you're not who you are. The disguise kit is essentially buying a +2 bonus to the roll.
Yeah, I'm saying my new clothes and stuff won't count as a, like, I made my own disguise kit.
It enables you to disguise yourself to begin with,
Oh.
which
I-
you would otherwise not be able to do.
What? Well,
Because you
RP
look
wise,
like
that's
you.
ridiculous. It's like, this allowed you to put on these clothes and
no.
sunglasses.
Let me explain. You can go buy the
Yeah.
clothes and sunglasses and just go for it and roll. You still have to roll performance. You just can't add your proficiency bonus to that roll.
Oh, whatever, let's go shopping.
Okay, I look like a reptile, so I need sunglasses and like a dad baseball cap.
A dad baseball
Or you-
cap. Okay.
Over the over the the walkie-talkie, or you could get just a bandage and bandage your eye and act like you were in the middle of the accident Which you were.
Shit, Nix, I thought we turned you off. Turn her off.
Day clothes will run you $10.
Okay, I'm gonna get bandage instead.
Wait, do we have
'cause-
money? Where's my money?
Yeah, we have money.
Oh, here it is. Wait.
I don't need a change of clothes. I just need a bandage to wrap around my noggin.
Okay, well then, what would that would be? What,
Like
a first aid
long,
kit?
long gauze bandage.
We
or
do.
something.
We have a list of everything that you can buy.
Yeah, that's first aid kit. But how much is it?
$100.
What the? I just want the bandage from it.
Well, believe it or not, they don't usually. I didn't think anybody would want to buy bandage separately by itself. I
Well,
guess that would still be $10.
I was gonna say you can manage an off the cuff.
Yeah, it's just $10.
Can I
It's super cheap.
bargain to get it down to 9.1?
Yes, real persuasion.
Okay, listen, dude. I only need one bandage.
Are you sure your face needs just one bandage?
Got him.
Oh.
Get-
Abram from
get-
behind.
It gets fucked. It's $10.
I rolled an 18.
We have look. Azura sent us 120 credits. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, so that's 40 each. I don't know if you guys actually put it in your inventory.
I hadn't.
We also have the group fund.
Yeah, the
No,
credit card.
we can't.
But
we
I
can't
think.
use that.
Well, we can't. Well, that was our.
Not yet.
Was that my payment or like all of our payment? That
That's-
Azura sent.
He just sent it to you because he's your sugar daddy.
Yeah, I know, but I shared it because
Okay.
I'm nice.
Okay, cool. I'll take the. How much bandage am I getting for $10? Like, how much is this? Like, foot
Like
wise?
5 feet.
Good. That's enough.
5 feet.
I'm wrapping it around my entire head and one eye, so like to cover
Okay.
my hair.
He's like a little mummy.
All right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
look like
okay,
a little
so
mummy.
I buy that. I wrap it around my head, so my hair and my eyes is covered, and like my one ear, you know, so I look like serious, legit.
Yeah, you look like a serial killer.
No, I look like I got hit by a serial killer.
Okay, yeah, so you look like that now. That's good.
Okay.
Hey, Abram, are you gonna disguise yourself as well?
Yeah, see, it's nice and toasty here, but I bet they still sell, like, winter clothes, right?
That's not gonna
You
be
bet
suspicious.
they do.
I run very cold. I'm getting a scarf. I'm getting a beanie.
The alligator man is fine.
You want to buy a
It is not
windbreaker for
cool.
30
I-
credits?
Wait a minute, I still have.
No, I bought you a
Nix.
windbreaker.
Somebody. Yeah,
I
he
bought
got me
you-
one, a
I
pink
bought you a
one.
pink
For
Oh,
Christmas.
You got a pink breaker for Christmas. Congratulations.
I did.
Where that shit?
Yeah, wait a minute. How much of that did you give me? Because I know it was like gloves too. What the hell is it?
It's whatever the windbreaker package was.
Did it come with gloves?
I can't remember.
Well, I don't need the gloves. I was just
I
saying I
want-
had a scarf. I just
I'll-
need a scarf and a hat.
Sure.
What?
Yeah, you can get a scarf and a hat.
And black sunglasses.
Okay, now you're looking suspicious.
Now you're looking like you need to pay money. $10.
That's fine.
$10 scarf, hat, beret, black
We got
beret,
Bandage
Beret.
Man and
Um,
Pink Panther.
the Pink Panther.
The glasses aren't on my face. They're like kind of in my pocket.
Okay.
For
Hang
now.
them from your scarf. You
That's
look
what I
like
was
an art,
thinking.
like an art connoisseur or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm an
You
artist.
look
You
like a
wouldn't understand.
1930s artist in Paris.
Good.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, let's go to the IRS.
Okay,
So-
let's.
Let's go to the IRS.
You two roll performance.
I can't wait. 7.
Okay.
Fuck, dude. Once I'm out of earshot with people, also, Aurelio, what do I do with this giant spear?
Shut up your ass. I already told you.
I can't.
Aurelio was
It's
there.
taller than I
You
am.
could leave it on the ship. You could get in the ship.
Oh, I can get in the ship. Okay.
Yes. You could
Couldn't
get
I
in the
roll
ship.
deception though? Because I'm trying to deceive people.
No.
DM, I feel like you're playing hardball here, and I don't appreciate it.
I
I
feel
know,
like
he's being
this is-
so mean today.
I know. I'm trying to stick to the
DM,
rules.
I died last time.
Yeah, but you lived.
My body restarted. I
I
turned
lived.
into a
You lived,
a
bitch. I
necklace.
will. I will be a kind DM and remind you of the fact that you have both the inspiration that the DM gives you and the inspiration that you, as a bard, can bestow upon you and your
Oh
friends.
yeah, hey, I give you inspiration. I
Wait a
say,
minute.
Abram,
Do I have one already?
Abram, you can do it.
Oh, no, I don't have one. Okay, fine.
Abram,
You can do it.
Do it.
I
And I,
can't
have
wait.
inspiration from.
To roll even lower.
So wait, is the inspiration? I roll 1d20.
Your inspiration as a bard is
It's 1d6.
is
but I'm talking
additive.
about the one from you.
The one from me is a reroll.
Wait, so if I did what when he gives it to me, do I do?
I
what
give
he
you
does
a
also?
1d6. You roll
okay.
it, and then you
Well-
add it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Plus
Okay.
3.
Here's my actual. You know what? It's fine.
No,
I have
it's
an
added
8.
on. Yeah.
Yeah, an 8. That's still not great.
I give him another one.
He can't.
It's
Yeah.
really.
I don't know.
I
Can he
seriously, I
stop?
can
Sure.
do that.
Yeah. Why
I
not?
seriously can.
Oh
can do
my
that if you
God.
want.
Just don't let me talk at all during this encounter because.
I give you another one. I say, Abram, you're okay.
Just mark down the 2 that you've used. You only get like what 3 or 4 a day.
I get 3. Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine. That should be enough. That's
That's
Remember your
13.
numbers because that's the number that someone has to beat perception to see through your disguise.
okay.
13's
I
pretty-
feel like a 13 is gonna be hard to beat for ISF.
Okay.
Mm.
Unless you want another one, the max you
No,
get
no,
is
no.
90.
You might need that.
Abram,
later.
you blink and like Aurelio's gone,
Aurelio.
In
and
his place, it's all when we come
and
from.
he's actually just right there, right beside you. You just don't recognize him.
Yeah. Wow.
I am now Oilru.
Oilru. That's very native. I like it. To
Oilru.
Lianne Fiale.
Is that really Mud
Yeah.
Flaps and Oilru? We're all named after
Madras.
disgusting things.
Who is she?
You're gonna get recruited to be a model on this planet when they're able to leave.
Okay, so you guys head down to the barracks.
Yeah, sure.
Oilru and let's see.
And walk out
Fuck,
to
I
the,
need to. I'll make up a name. Don't worry.
You walk out to the front gate,
Thanks.
and the man
Marba.
stops you.
Okay, I gotta make up an accent for me now.
State your business.
Yes, hello. I am Oiru. This is Marva, my life partner, and we want to leave. I got hit by a dragon. I didn't expect that when I came on vacation here. I feel like I should get refunded, but that's besides the point.
Oh my God! I'm so sorry. But where are you from?
I'm from Oifriar.
Oh, I see. Very
From
far from
Seoul?
here.
Yeah, it's very cold. It's very
Oh,
hot
that's why
here.
we're dressed like that. Good job.
Very hot. But yeah, I want to leave because I'm feared for my life and for my life partner's life. But there's a boot on their sheep.
I completely understand. They did that because they weren't sure which one of those people were part of the attack. You see, there was a ship that was spotted along. I don't need to explain it to you. Just head on inside. There's a woman at the desk. Just talk to her, and she's responsible for the situation at hand. My apologies.
Oh, thank you. It's okay. We'll be okay. Thank you, sir. Come on, Marva. Come on.
Marva shuffles along.
Marva is a mute.
Yes.
Okay.
For 2 minutes!
You missed a lot.
Hello, I am Oiru. This is Marva.
Hello, I am Emily. You walk into the barracks and several people are running around back and forth. They seem to be scrambling troops and whatnot. And you see the woman that was marked out by the person at the front gate, and they are large and they are in fucking charge. They've got curly gray hair, all a wiry mass, and they're wearing like
Good.
full battle armor with their
Good.
hands on their hips, looking over at like this giant jet.
Good. I run over to her, looking very frantic and like sweaty, and like almost like teary-eyed. And I go, "Hello. Are you the woman that I was told to talk to about the boot on my sheep?"
Yes, maybe.
I'm Mayoru. This is my life partner, Marba. And we came for a vacation, but then we got attacked by a Darkin, and I was so scared. And now I want to leave. I want to go back to Oifira, but I can't because they put on my sheep.
Marva pats Oiru's back comfortingly.
I see.
Oiru's like crying into his hand.
Well, you're certainly not who we saw in the footage, so I suppose that you're free to go. Just talk to the man out front. Can you,
Do you want to see my flight license? I have it. It's in my pocket. I'm so sorry. Let me pull that out. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I pull
Alright.
out the flight license.
Nice. What is the name on the flight license?
Oh no!
It's Sima Arzala.
It is not Sima Arzella.
I put it back in my pocket.
It's
Oh no, it's
Listen.
my son. I put it back.
really your son. Tell me more about him.
We have an adopted son. His name's Aurelio. We found him in De La Fuente on Sargasso. We were visiting there, and he's an orphan. His parents left him, the poor boy. But we got him, and he's older now. But he's just.
I see. If you don't mind, do you mind just like sitting over there for a minute? I need to go get the key for opening up the boot, please, if you don't mind. Just the waiting room right inside there.
Sure, yes.
Is it an actual waiting room or is it like a fucking dungeon?
It is an actual waiting room. It's the same one that you guys went into before to get paid.
Marva quickly ushers his dear husband into the waiting room.
Life partner.
We're married, and you'll like it. Now get it. Abram, when the lady is gone, he like rips the scarf down off of his mouth. He's like, "Why did you show her that?"
I forgot my name was Aurelio.
God damn.
Live a lie.
This guy's was just like good.
Abram, with your plus fucking 15 perception, you look back through the glass doorways and you see that she walks over to another trooper and begins whispering something in their ear, and then points back towards where you guys are.
Is there
sitting.
a picture on the license?
No, it's just a name.
Just a name.
I'm still like crying.
Then
Now from stress.
Well, Abram's probably like turned away and like huddled over him, yelling at him. But from their point of view, he's totally comforting this life partner.
Yes.
But anyway, those are real tears on his face. I'm scared because I don't. Do they know Aurelio's name?
Well, they seem to know his name for that wanted poster.
Why is his name on the wanted poster? Who figured out his name? Oh, God.
I don't know, it's Aurelio telling everybody his goddamn name. Everyone who he ever came across knows his goddamn
Aurelio.
name.
That's well, okay, then what are we gonna do?
We don't know.
Aurelio, what are we gonna do?
We don't know what our son has gone into. I am not Aurelio. I'm just his adoptive father.
I hate this.
Fine. Well, I'm just saying they might think that we know where Aurelio is. Also, the more people that look at you, they have to roll.
Well, then we'll have to go and get Aurelio. Wink, wonk. I will go and get him, and he will come back, and Oil Roo will have gone to get drinks because he is an upset mess.
Abram narrows his eyes and pulls the scarf back up over his mouth.
and who will you be playing? Aurelio.
Aurelio is playing Aurelio. Oil Roo's adopted son.
Okay.
Who didn't know what he had done wrong by coming to this with his. I think that they're just homophobic.
Abram, roll insight.
Where am I? Is that what this roll is for? To figure out if I
just
dissociate right here and now.
They just don't like gay people.
Okay,
12.
yeah. For you, like begin to feel your soul leave your body, and like you and you fight it, and it just pull your spirit back into your corporeal form, and you realize that you have already fucked up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Abram. Oh my God.
I am so glad I'm not there to witness all of this.
Okay, wait a minute. She said she was gonna go get a key.
Yeah, she lied.
Oh, there's no key.
Didn't she tell us that there was the guy out front?
The guy out front is now coming towards the door, and he appears to have a pair of handcuffs in hand.
Great. Is there a bathroom? Do I see a bathroom?
Plenty, yeah, sure.
Before I do this, can you at least let me know if there's a window in the bathroom? Because I'm trying to fucking get out of here.
Or a vent?
Something.
Yeah, I think we'll determine that with an acrobatics check there,
Oil
Abram.
Roo is very small. Oil Roo is tiny, father.
Oh, you're gonna. He's not saying this because I'm mute, but you're gonna throw up. Let's go. I'm shoving you.
Okay,
lovingly towards the bathroom.
I'm like gagging, like I'm like face towards the floor, like
the woman who formerly paid you does not recognize you, even though she rolls a 18. Oh my God, they're getting closer, Aurelio. And she's like, "Oh my God, are you okay? Okay, down the hall to the left." Okay, you're in the bathroom. You see a very small window that you will need to cram your body through.
Please remember Oil Roo is 5'3" and 130 pounds.
I am remembering that.
Acrobatics?
Acrobatics. And I'm also remembering that Abram is like 6'2", 170. However, he just like liquefies.
Hey, I know what I'm doing.
He slithers right on out. You like take the frame out of the wall, and like you get outside. Yeah, you squeeze through the window, and then shut it behind you. Just as you hear someone coming into the wait. I don't know. Did you? You tell me. I'll let you change that.
I just didn't know if it was one of the if it was like a stall thing, then you can't lock the bathroom door.
Yeah,
but like
a single.
I didn't know if it
it's
was like a family
it's a
bathroom.
single. It's a family, I guess you could call it.
Well, I always lock
fits.
those
It fits
when I go in.
4.
Yeah, seriously.
Like who doesn't lock the
Who
door?
wouldn't
when they
lock
go in
that?
there,
You
seriously?
turn the dial and it now says occupied on the outside.
Well, yeah, because I'm throwing up.
Yeah,
Oil
exactly.
room, this is his son.
You are outside and there are people still all around you. Where are you gonna go?
Okay, well, he said. Well, wait. He said the guy outside, or she said the guy outside.
Yeah,
could
but
do
he was
something.
coming. He was coming in with a handcuff.
Yeah, but I know. What if there was like, how would he unlock it? Is it something on his person, or is it like a console outside or something?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
How would you unlock the boot?
Yeah.
How would you unlock the boot? Roll insight.
See, I would imagine it's console because there's so many of them.
Maybe Nix knows.
Hey, Nix.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How do you unlock boots on these? How do these work?
Well, you
Like-
need a security tool. And
Okay,
a
but if-
proficiency bonus.
But if I worked at the place that it came from, how do they
Or a
remove?
key card.
DM, can you tell her? So, like, wait, Nix, roll insight.
No,
say
no,
to the-
she knows.
Nope.
She
I know.
knows. What key card is she telling me answers? Security tools, key card. What else was the other thing?
Just so you know, there is someone in your party who does have a security tool.
Yeah,
And a
but
You're
proficiency.
too far away. You're too
yeah,
far away.
you're not helping us way over there, so I don't know what you want to do with the security tools.
There should be
Um,
a key card to unlock the.
I fucking hope so. Aurelia,
Hey.
go ferret around.
Okay. Oil roof ferrets.
Oh yes, darling.
Okay.
Darling.
You look around the area and you see several troopers who are all armed
Wait,
to
hold
the
on.
teeth.
Hold on.
And on their belts are various key cards.
Oh no.
We have to pickpocket all of them and just run
Okay,
back.
that's my sleight of hand.
Let me rephrase. Any key card for these
Yeah.
Oh,
boots
good.
will
Okay.
release it.
There's not just one laying on the ground. Damn it.
There wasn't one about a console either. However, oil room 14.
Okay. And he is going to you walk along some boxes and crates and ferret your way through, and one of them is leaning back against one of the boxes, just cradling their gun in their hands, and on the back of their belt lies a key card attached to a lanyard with a clip that fixes it in place. They are going to roll a perception, and you know what? They're going to do it right in front of you, live and in person.
Sam.
Oil room sprints.
Wait, you have a inspiration thing,
It's
right?
too
Oh,
late.
yeah, I do-
You
oh,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah,
it
I can't
until
use it
it's
now.
been determined. You can only do it until
alright.
before it's determined. Yeah, you click the key card, and then they turn around and look at you, and they just stare through the 3 lights of their helmets at
this
you,
is-
bandaged.
This is what oil room does. Okay.
Okay.
He just bursts into tears right then and there on the spot. Girly manly tears. And he goes, I miss my home. They won't let me leave, and my son is missing, and my darling wants a divorce because of the dragon attack. I need to go home.
Because of the
I'm gonna
Roll-
roll deception.
Yes, you are.
He's just like bursted into tears. Hold on, I'm adding my 1d6 too. So that's a 20.
Okay. Yeah. He just reaches down and grabs your wrist, and then just gently removes it from his belt, and then sets it down on the crate, and then he stands up and just kind of walks away from you.
Okay, I didn't get in trouble.
Honestly, a mood. Just fucking take it.
He wasn't gonna give it to me, but he didn't like.
It's not his problem anymore.
So I don't have the key card, obviously, but I also
What?
still have my life. Did
No,
you
he
get the key
took the key card off of his belt and set
No,
it
he
down,
did not.
Right?
No, he took my
he
hand
took
off
your
his
hand
belt.
Oh,
off
took your hand off.
Yeah. I don't have the key card, but I still
That's
have my
fine.
life.
Let's
so-
go.
let's go rip that bitch off.
Yeah.
I
Sure.
still pretend to be like sobbing to keep up the act as I get back to Marba.
Sure.
I-
Continuing with the strain of 15 perception, Abram, you notice that the large and in-charge figure of Colonel Armstrong is strutting his way back along the streets towards the barrack entrance. He has several soldiers in tow.
Are you friends with him?
No.
Okay.
They stop.
No.
He talks to the gatekeeper at the front.
Yeah,
and they
is this
seem
where we
to
can hide?
exchange plenty of places to hide. There's some barrels and crates to duck behind. You can hide in one of the hangars, though you're more likely to get seen there. I'd say just behind the pile of crates that you just tried to pickpocket a man from behind is a good hiding place. Roll stealth.
Sure. Oh god, I can't wait for this to fail too. We're on a roll. Wait a minute.
14.
Next time on Sargasso Sea.
The only way we can make this believable is if we actually get married right now.
Out of jail.
No.
How do you critically fail and still have an 8?
Because I have a 7 modifier to stealth and I still failed.
Because it's a not one.
Well, he's gonna roll. It's just he rolls perception.
I mean, he doesn't have to. Hiding would have been nice, but we can just like do something else and pretend we're supposed to be there. Should I get down on one knee and propose to you?
Yeah.
Don't.
That would be
no.
convincing.
That would not be convincing. Don't do that.
Are you sure?
I'm very
We've always
sure.
wanted to.
We've always wanted to tie that on officially.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
feel like this is the
At
end
an
of the world.
ISF, at an ISF station with a crashed ship in the side of the mountain.
Aurelio and
We
Abram
might
roll
die
perception.
at any minute.
It's
Aurelio
true.
rolls perception?
Yes.
Why? I can't perceive anything. Why do you even make me?
Do you want me to give you the chance, or do you just want to have Abram?
No, I'll do it.
Don't rely on me.
I'm being
Oh,
a
sick.
graceful god.
No, you're not. Fine.
18.
You got an 18? Yeah, that's pretty good, but Abram might still beat you, so I want to see.
Wait, what? Oh.
Yeah,
sorry.
both.
I didn't know we were
know.
both doing it.
I know, sometimes I flip-flop.
You do. 17.
I just wanted to see if you'd beat Aurelio.
No.
I wanted to see you swipe away that victory. Okay, yeah, you overhear the conversation that Armstrong is having with some of the people besides him. He wears this big, tremendous amounts of armor, and people besides him are wearing ISF uniforms, traditional trooper attire. However, they have like white detailing, and the other one has gold. And you overhear from very far distance. We did not find any artifacts aboard. It was strange. We've been searching the wreckage for hours now.
Good thing Nick has the wings.
Whoever was in that civilian ship must have something to do with its disappearance.
Not us.
Perhaps there was simply nothing ever aboard, sir.
true.
Nonsense.
Yeah, listen to that guy.
Or it was like whispering to himself. What's this happening?
We should really check with our research department again. Perhaps they were mistaken. Don't be a fool. I'm sure it was aboard. We were simply too slow for that damned dragon.
Well, Abram did it.
And then they walk away from the gate a little bit more until they're almost in the hangar. And then Armstrong stops, freezes in place, and his head swivels to the left and locks eyes with Abram and Aurelio.
Oh, no.
I mean, can we be like...
You have a reaction, and then it kicks off.
What should our reaction be?
Leave?
Yeah,
It was nice knowing you guys. It was a pleasure working with you.
Do we want to run or do we want to walk? I mean, if we walk, they're probably gonna be like, "Hey, you." If we run, they're gonna be like, "Fuck," and like.
Well, if
chase
we
us.
walk, we might get like 5 feet before they're like, "Hey, you," and then after that we can run. We already have a 5-foot like advantage.
True.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay, let's
Just keep
do that.
crying.
I'm okay. I'm still crying. I never said I stopped, so keep that in mind, DM. I just assume I'm always crying.
Fair.
I'm always crying.
So Aurelio is just sorry. Oyoru is still crying into Marba's arms.
I'm guiding Oiru along.
I'll let you roll one more performance roll to see how far you get.
Oh no.
19.
Nice. Hopefully.
I'll remember you.
Hey,
Hey, everyone, let's see that performance roll.
We're not married. Life partner means nothing.
what does that mean? 11.
Oh.
Look,
Okay.
We get 11 feet.
You get you get a
Thanks, DM.
you get a 30 feet head start.
Yay.
Sick.
That's a home turn.
19 plus 11,
Yay.
and then you hey you.
See?
And then we
Stop.
run.
We get there, and now we run.
And now you sprint. Roll initiative.
This is what it means to be married.
we lad together, we dad together.
13.
Hold on, I rolled twice. Give me a second. 22.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. You have a 30 feet lead. You get to the front gate. There's like a swing down arm that's meant to prevent like vehicles from going in, and you just vault over it.
Yeah.
And the person right beside you just like is too slow on the reaction to do anything about that. But just as you're like almost out of reach, they try to make a swipe at you. It doesn't hit your AC. You do not get grabbed, and they just fall over flat on their face. You hear tremendous thundering footsteps behind you as you run down the streets of Lianne Fiale Seo Cliffs. What do you do?
I use
Do it, I fucking dare you.
okay.
I'm fucking ready this time.
Okay. I use charm person
On who?
on the main dude, Colonel.
Okay. What is the
He's
distance
there.
that you can use that at?
30 feet.
Okay. I think that
Bitch.
he's a little bit farther behind than that, which is good for you, but bad for the spell.
Okay, I use it on person that's within 30 feet of me.
Okay.
That guy that tried to vault, but he's like too dumb.
Sure. What do you try to tell him to do?
Okay, so he needs to make a charisma save.
Okay.
Is he hostile towards me?
Not real. I mean, not really.
Okay.
No, he's not trying to wish you harm.
Okay, so he needs to make a charisma save, or else he's charmed for 1 hour. Attacks or other hostile actions against target by you or your companions ends his gambit. So when he's charmed, I can like tell him to do stuff, as long as it doesn't hurt him.
Okay. It makes you friendly towards him. He rolls a... Wait, no, he has a modifier on that. Charisma, right?
Yes.
Okay, no, he fails anyway. It's like 10 or something.
Okay, yeah, he failed it. Yeah, and since he's charmed, I'm just gonna be like, we're friendly. Stop chasing.
Okay.
And tell your friends to stop chasing. We're friendly.
He is like really... He scratches the back of his head and he's very much so confused why we're chasing like what appears to be an old man or something, or an old lady. He can't even really tell. He's just bandaged up and like a big pink thing. And he just kind of like sits there kneeling on the floor like, what the fuck is happening? And the colonel just like vaults over him as you continue forward.
But he provides an obstacle.
I suppose so. You gain 5
did
feet.
it.
How about that?
Yeah, that's
Yay.
a win.
Yeah,
I like that.
you're at a 45-foot lead right now.
Sweet. Good.
It's almost
I
like
like
your health. Abrams, do you do anything for your turn?
I was gonna. Okay, what kind of path are we on? Is this like are we on the cliffs?
You're on
and
the
stuff?
cliffs. You're heading up. It's inclined streets that zigzag back and forth up until you're back on the top of the cliff, which is the city it levels out, and you're in like a normal city atmosphere.
Okay, so the barracks is kind of like downhill.
Yeah, it's kind of like built
Okay.
into the side of the cliff. It's kind of
Okay.
like you're in like a Donkey Kong kind of scenario where like you have to zigzag back and forth going up some
Okay.
streets until you get to the top. It doesn't take long.
Mm. Yeah, I was gonna say no. The thing I was gonna do is not relevant here, so we're just gonna keep running. I think.
Okay, make a dexterity saving throw, I guess. I gotta handle like chases. I feel like that's in the... We'll do athletics. Do athletics. I feel like we're gonna do a traditional 4E skill check kind of situation. You two roll athletics and we'll combine your score together to see if you can overcome the
Is
various
this a saving
difficulties.
check or no?
No, it's an athletics. It's a skill roll.
Okay. Alright, let me get that.
We will get you on roll
Strength.
20 someday. I swear.
Well, I had
swear
to remember
you.
if it's strength or dex.
It is strength, yes.
Dex.
Okay, yeah, you get a 22. They're going to roll as well, and you beat them. They seem to be maintaining distance with you, though. This colonel is fucking, like, shredded and ripped. He's ready to go. It's like, I don't know if he was just, like, the hunt.
Finally,
Finally.
some blood.
But you are just running up to the cliffs, and eventually you're back to the point where the city is leveling back out again, and you're in the normal situation of the marketplace, the city square, the normal area is packed densely with people. You both are having problems navigating through the dense.
I can't believe the
throng.
ISF is assaulting us again. So
Hey,
villain.
when it's my turn, I have the trick called camouflage I can use on us. That makes it so we get advantage on stealth. so we could like hide.
Why didn't you use that before?
The
To answer your
colonel-
question, Nix, I forgot about it.
The colonel behind you, you hear he's like down a ways, like you surmount the turn and head up the cliff sides, and he was about 50 feet behind you, and you hear and you turn around and look, and you see the colonel flying through the air, jets spraying out of his back of his suit.
What the fuck? Why? No.
Yeah, and he touches down on the top of a fucking rooftop and lands on all fours.
Hard.
He is scanning for you. Look, roll stealth.
Oh, wait, I'm using my camouflage trick,
That's fine. It's your turn.
and yeah. So for one round we have advantage on stealth rolls.
Roll both your stealths.
26. 10. I'll take the 26.
You sure you don't want you sure about that one? I mean, you can take the other one.
I don't.
16.
Okay, and he's going to roll perception. He gets a 15. He scans over the crowds, looking for you in particular, Aurelio. You.
No, I'm Oilru.
And you just like blend through the crowds as best as you can, Assassin's Creed style, and maybe just duck behind like a lamppost, even just to get the bandages, like the white bandages, like away from prying eyes. And you poke behind around the corner just to see where he is still, and he's just on top of a rooftop, just like stalking back and forth, trying to locate you, but he seems to have lost you in the throng.
Good.
I think you've succeeded. We're out of initiative.
Oh, thank God you had that.
I knew I chose you as a life partner for a reason, Marba.
Be
Aurelio
quiet.
says it
Be quiet, he says, dragging Aurelio away from the scene, hopefully. We need to get to the ship.
Okay, you get back to the stadium hangar pretty quickly and pretty swiftly. Maybe you feel like a little bit more energy this time, a little bit more of a dire need to get out quickly because you're not quite sure if they're still looking for you or not.
Yeah, I mean,
Yes.
once they see our ship flying in the air, we kind of just need to pick up and run, right? So let's just get that bad boy off.
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, I'm just gonna say, if you don't have a way to get it off, I'm gonna try to cut it off with my
I don't have good strength or anything.
I'm not
Aurelio,
using
you can
strikes.
use your lockpicking skill to try and remove this.
Shit, I'm using a lockpick. It's a lockpick it.
Just remember that if you fail, you break one of the things, and you have to buy another one. That's the only downside.
Whatever.
This thing has a mechanical
13.
lock on it? Oh my god.
I think that this is it's not the kind of lock that you were experiencing in like the ruins of Slol. This is a more modern day piece of technology where there is a mechanical. It's a mechanical. It's held together by a magnet lock, but if
Yeah.
you can break the mechanics that power the magnet lock, then it doesn't matter. It's moot.
Just break it.
That's not high enough though. You break one file.
Okay.
Close. You were close. You felt. You're like, I almost got it, and then it snapped off in your hands. You were dangerously close to what it was.
I don't know if that was my last one or not. Is the problem? No, I have one more. But do you just want to try to chop it off with your sword?
um,
It
Do
like
you wanna-
heats up and shit, right?
yeah, do you want to save that last pick?
No, I'll just use
I mean, it's up to you. I don't
it.
know.
I can
mean,
buy more.
I guess.
DM's rolling. 11. Use your sword.
Okay, I take out my sword.
Okay, start hacking.
Okay. What is this, an attack roll?
Yeah, it's an attack roll.
Need its AC.
I hope so, 17.
Okay, yeah, Aurelio like jams the lockpick file in there and swears, and it's just like sticking out of the thing. And then you take like your sword and swing down and just smash the file directly into it like a hammer driving a nail.
Got it.
And it just goes clink, clunk, and lands on the floor.
Okay, let's go.
And then it immediately starts going. Whee! That's screaming. You get in your ship and you take off. Roll a pilot check, Aurelio, as you leap into the front
That's a
seat.
dexterity, right?
You think so? Yeah, you've rolled this so many times. I feel like you should know it by now.
Well, it's a 5 for me because I got the.
Yeah, I got proficiency. 17 is pretty fucking good. You slam those jets, like you don't even wait for them to heat up properly, and they just
Bye.
burst into the ground. You leave a
Hang on,
mark in
mud
the
puppies.
sands behind. The mud puppies are just immediately like thrust into the bottom of their cage.
They're all on one side of it.
They're
on
trying
top
to
of
do a
each
push up. They're just like, and they just
These
like
poor
can't resist
animals.
the G force.
I chose them for a reason. They are strong.
They're sturdy, and you launch straight up into the air with a lurch. And Abram, like were you sitting down? Because like I think you have to catch yourself.
Yeah. I mean, I'm yeah.
Yeah, you
I
strap
sat
the
down,
fuck
but
in.
I'm like, yeah.
With a 17, you take off straight towards where you knew Nyx to be.
Which I radio her and like, oh, listen, we're coming in a little hot.
What did you do?
I told you we shouldn't have gone to the ISF barracks in the first place.
In the
Talk
distance,
to Aurelia.
in the distance, you see a bunch of spotlights like turn on and start
God
like
damn it.
scanning the clouds.
Please get ready at this. I send coordinates. I just say like at this area with the thing. We are dropping down. Hop in. I'm not even gonna get the doors closed before we're back in the air.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna slow down. Just jump in.
Just jump in. Oh my
The
God.
ship pulls down and the door opens on the side. Abram, maybe you're standing on the other side of it with
Yep.
your arms wide open.
I just, we're gonna
I
fly
throw
in. I'm gonna open my arms, and she's gonna have to like jump into my arms. I'm gonna pull her.
I throw in the dire metal and then I jump in myself.
Nyx, roll acrobatics.
Get the
Oh,
fuck in.
no.
Can I? Hey, I'm gonna help her in. I'm
With,
just saying.
with advantage. With advantage.
Please, God, get in the ship. That's better.
It's fine. It's
Can I
not.
roll
It's not.
strength?
It's not a critical failure. That's really all that really matters here.
Oh God.
Yeah, you grab onto her and she like is unbalanced for a second and like starts to fall backwards and you snatch her wrist and yank her in. It's a bit tight space though because the dire metal's occupying the majority of your living room essentially.
Don't care.
Um,
Give it some cocoa. We're on
Yeah,
our way.
And you slam the door shut and take off. Where?
Up.
Up.
Out.
Up, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
we're leaving.
We're getting out. Off the planet later.
Abram, you see on the scanners because you're the
Yeah,
sensor
keep
man.
away from the spotlights and shit. That'd be good. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Abram, roll a perception. Nick, Aurelio, roll another piloting check. Nyx, if you can think of anything to do, be my guest. But I don't have anything to request of you.
I'm a little too busy to look at the radars.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of flashing lights and stuff like that. You're like all of the
Could I
engines
roll?
are like
Could
this
I roll
is too
stealth
fast.
for my ship? Oh no.
You can actually, but it has its own modifier.
Okay. What would that be?
I don't know. Nyx has the details of it. I need to rework her sheet because it's really ugly. I'll make a new one for her soon.
I rolled a 9. Also, I didn't see if anyone else rolled because my roll 20 refreshed its page.
I
for
crit
some
failed my
idiots.
perception. I don't know what I was trying to see. Probably
Nyx,
the radar.
Can you think of anything crazy to do, or are you just gonna? I don't know if you have anything to do. I'm just asking because I don't want to glide over your turn.
Stealth or ship next.
You essentially just like turn the engine straight down, and they just like burst forth as you
I
fly
am-
up. You feel
I'm
twice as heavy.
Everything else off to assist in our speed.
Okay,
Yeah.
so life support
Oh,
turns
I'm gonna
off,
do that.
oxygen turns off, lights turn off. There's a few other
Oh,
things.
lights-
Wait,
good.
oxygen
Lights
is
is
kind of important. I'm keeping that on.
Well, we have enough right now, don't we?
So,
yeah, it's like a few
It'll
minutes
just
to
run
turn
out
it off.
eventually. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, DM.
All right.
Other DM. Little DM.
That's
player?
me. So I have this thing called search pattern. It says all those within your vehicle have advantage on search action rolls, but I don't know what a search action roll
that's
is.
you are taking a search action. Yes, yes. Roll another advantage then.
Okay.
Another perception check.
I can't wait to get another one. Okay, that's better.
Okay, you look behind you and do you see that ship, that jet from before that you guys fixed lovingly for the
Oh
ISF?
my God.
You're welcome.
Betrayal.
It
Ask
is
the jet if it remembers you.
it is thundering forward through the air, trying to catch up with you. And you hear something over the radio because it appears to be they're just hitting every single possible channel.
Oh good, everyone
Great.
can hear them.
This is ISF B2 pilot.
Okay.
This is Private Samantha. Please, if you are there, respond. I am hailing you. We would like you to land and answer some questions for us, please. If you do not, we will be forced to take hostile actions.
Can I answer? Do we have radio, right?
I think we should
You
listen
can.
to them because at the moment they don't seem like they're going to kill us.
They are going to roll a pilot check of their own to see if they catch up with Aurelio.
Can I just say that I've hidden the dire metal somewhere? Like I just shoved
There's
it in my
no fucking way they're. Oh, well, I guess in the dial.
It's
in the
under a
room.
bed, wouldn't it?
shoved
Nick
it in
sounds
my
like a
room.
queen bed.
Yeah, I've got the
Because
biggest
she's
room.
a
I'll,
in the entire
I'll allow
place.
it, I guess.
I shoved it in my room and I like
What I
locked
want to
it
know
with
is
all of
why
my
is
with
why
all
you
of
want
my
to stop.
technological knowledge. I like locked my room so nobody except for me can get in there.
See, like, I don't really want to stop and answer their questions.
Yeah,
They're gonna
why
ask
don't
questions that
we
need
already
to
had this
answer.
problem. We went to the ISF.
Yeah, so
They
it's like, they're
recognize
just gonna
that.
handcuff
That was
us.
your own goddamn fault!
But they're just gonna handcuff us again.
Hey, you were the tiebreaker who said yes, go to the ISF. They'll just totally take off the boot. They won't recognize us or anything.
Nix.
I told you to call in the goddamn favor and you didn't listen to me!
Nix.
Who cares?
Yes!
Nix.
What?
Make a computer check.
Oh no.
Because I
We're
can
not
use,
stopping.
I can use
15.
persuasion over the radio.
Nix, you feel a strange sensation. Someone is trying to get into your ship's systems.
Oh, hell
Fight them, Nix. Fight them. I'm gonna
Counterattack.
try to persuade them over the radio.
Oh, hell no. They are not getting into my system.
Party, this ship seems to be gaining on you in terms of speed. Aurelia, make another dexterity saving throw, or another pilot check. Nix, you are fighting off an intrusion.
13.
Oh god.
Oh, they rolled 16. Aurelia, you're starting to pull ahead.
Oh, stuck it.
Alright, are you gonna talk to them over the radio?
Yeah, I wanna persuade them over the radio.
You just hear Nick shouting in the distance, "You're screwing up my security systems!"
Nix is having a mental breakdown. Aurelio's gonna open up the radio. Okay, so Aurelio opens up the radio and he goes in full Oilru accent. He goes, "Please stop chasing me. I just want to go home. I just want to go home with my family. I want to see my
Ma'am,
mother."
ma'am, please touch down your ship. We can settle everything with simple questions. We do not want you to be leaving illegally. If you would please simply turn around your ship. This is a
But I
trying
have a
time.
license. I have a license. I
I
have
am
a
aware of your
family.
license, but I am afraid you are now involved in a criminal case. You're resisting arrest.
But why am I being arrested? I haven't done anything wrong.
We're not listening, we're getting out of here.
You're wanted for trespassing as well as interfering with ISF mission.
How
See?
did I trespass?
What did I
I just
say?
went to the base because they told me to go to the base to get the boot off.
You were witnessed on the castle.
What the castle? The dragon was hurting me on the ground. What kind of castle are you?
Roll deception, I guess.
Castles can fly, you idiots!
Why can't we just
18.
listen to the authorities for once in our fucking
You,
lives?
you hear in the background.
I don't know. She seems pretty serious about not knowing what's up.
and then you hear.
Just get her down here!
Oh no, that's Armstrong.
Why am I a female now?
Because they don't know what you are. They think you're a grandma.
I'm sorry, Grandma, but I can't fight my colonel. Orders are orders.
Grandma! I'll have you know I'm only in my 30s.
Roll another computer check, Nix. Abram, roll a perception check.
Okay.
Aurelio, roll another flight check.
They're getting into my systems. I don't.
Hang on. I have advantage still.
You
They're
feel.
in.
Oh, Aurelio, you feel and a lurch forward as your engines start to power down. Abram,
Aurelio's so panicked.
No.
He's still in his fake character. He's like, Nix, why did you do this to us, Nix? Nix, please.
you are subtracted 1 from your pilot check. You rolled a 9.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn.
You're getting...
Abram,
Just-
you with your perception, you look and you start to see, like, you don't know this ship necessarily. You tried to check it out this one time, but you do know one thing: it's not rated for space travel.
We gotta get out of atmosphere.
Okay, I'm
They're
stopping.
still in my systems.
I'm stopping moving forward. I'm just going up.
You are not gaining on them, but you are indeed going up. Roll one final.
Like, I just want to go up. I don't want to go
Okay.
forward. I just
Okay.
want up.
Really
24!
quick- Oh, nice.
Abram, what were you gonna say? He might need all the help he can get.
I was gonna ask, what are they doing to the ship? The
They
other
are
people?
making it slow down.
So are you saying they're like maybe scrambling a system?
Yes,
Something
I
like-
believe that they
Whoa.
would be. Why do
Wait.
you ask, Abram?
Wait.
Because shunt
wait.
power fixes that. Your vehicle
Wait.
loses the disabled or scrambled condition from one system or battle station, but another system or station of your choice becomes disabled.
So
We
you
don't need
can-
oxygen.
You gotta turn
yeah,
something
yeah,
off.
that's what I was gonna do. I'm
Wait.
turning off the oxygen.
Okay.
I'm
You-
also initiating lockdown.
Oh wait, why don't you turn off our defense, like our shields? We don't need shield. Oh wait, we need.
They're
shields
gonna
for
start
atmosphere.
shooting at us
I'm
probably.
initiating lockdown on my system.
Lockdown. Target computer becomes completely severed from all outside access. Okay, but you are dead in the water, essentially. You can't hear, see, or do anything in terms of, like, your hacking abilities. You are choosing to to
I'm
sever
cutting
your arms.
everything off.
Okay, you cut yourself off. Suddenly, everything just goes dead on the radio.
Up, up, up.
Yeah, we're going up.
And Abram, everything starts to like all the lights turn off, and like there's an uncomfortable silence in the ship because only the engines are on now. And you go up, and the blue sky is getting less and less blue and becoming more and more black and filled with a few pinpricks of light. And after a moment, you leave that ship behind and you enter into full-on orbit. You are in space. Roll a Constitution saving throw, everyone.
Fuck.
I die.
Me too.
9.
Nix, you begin to feel lightheaded and you pass out. Abram, you hold on a little bit longer, just barely long enough to see the gateway, the large, ominously shaped ring of metal that hovers around orbits in certain planets. Aurelio, you watch as the light fades from Abram's eyes as he passes out from the lack of oxygen, and you hold on and you just slam the thrust forward, broadcasting the signal to the gateway that you need to activate it to send it. Where are you going?
Lunaris.
Back to Sargasso?
No, I'm going to Lunaris space station because they'll see our ship.
Okay. As the light begins to fade, everything goes black.
No.
What is
We're all
happening?
gonna die.
We're not gonna die. God damn.
We're gonna die.
No,
Always
because
happens.
K17's waiting for us.
Yeah, we're home, baby. We're dead, but we're home.
He's got he's
And
Unless-
of course, like all of my systems are completely shut
once they
down.
see that
so
like
nobody
everything's
knows.
off, they'll be like, oh
well,
shit.
I mean,
Because
the other. What if a certain something maybe knows
I'm
we're
already
out
rolling
here
a new
with the dire
character.
metal and everything. We'll see what happens. We're
Kima,
unconscious. It's fine.
Barzella.
You're in a world of white. You look in every direction, left and right, forward and back, up and down. It is all white, foggy, misty even. You look down and you realize that you're standing on a shimmering reflective surface. It's water. You rest just on top of it as though it's some kind of lake or pond, but there's no movement. It's all perfectly still, save for the ripples that emit from your own footsteps as you walk around in place, perhaps trying to figure out what's happened, what's going on. You see movement below your feet, just beneath the surface. You bend down, you look, you perhaps get on all fours. You see a white fish, a koi almost, with a black spot on its head. It swims in circles around you, beneath you, round and round and round and round and round and round. You wake up, it's bright lights.
oh, I couldn't get it to nibble my finger.
You're in a room that's all metal.
Okay.
You're in a comfortable bed.
Oh.
Azura is in front of you with his arms crossed.
Are we all in the
K17
same
is
bed?
shortly behind him. No, you're all in separate beds.
Next to each other.
Yes.
Cool.
Nix immediately bolts up and she's like feeling her like face and like her left arm.
Good morning, sirs and ma'am.
Aurelio stays laying down. He likes it. He's comfy. He's propped himself up a little bit.
What happened?
You came through the gateway and were found unconscious. What happened?
Oh.
Shut off the oxygen.
I wouldn't recommend that for piloting.
I mean, well, at least we need to go. We need to go speedy.
It was an emergency.
Can you define emergency? I don't suppose it has to do with, well, and he
Of course it does.
He puts down a newspaper and it's talking about how an unknown group of individuals was seen fleeing the scene of the castle incident on Lianne Fiale, and they were not
Printed
apprehended.
that quickly.
Aurelio just goes, I don't know what they're talking about. Oyoru and Marba had nothing to do
It's
with
been
it.
2 days, Abram.
Wait, we've been unconscious for 2 days?
Indeed.
God.
We were concerned.
I had to do an emergency lockdown on the ship. They were hacking into my specifically modified systems.
You seem so wounded.
I spent so much time working on those security measures.
A machine
They
can be
hacked it.
repaired, Nix. People cannot.
Sorry.
I'm just glad you're all three fine.
Were we followed?
No one came through the gateway after you.
Okay.
Do you think the ISF definitely knows our faces by now, though, or do they have 2 separate wanted posters for me and Abram? What do you think?
It's highly probable. I'm not exactly sure what they want. They seem to give you a slide when it came to Slove, and on Lianne Fiale, they went all out.
See, now that wasn't my fault. I told them to be truthful and listen to the authority of the planet, but they didn't listen to me.
Because
they're not the authority of the planet.
that's true.
It's literally the one time that I am not there.
You're not paid to be truthful, Nix.
I like
mean-
K17. I like this community. I like
And-
bottom.
An edited truth.
Or a lie.
The truth is, they knew we were on that castle. We have the dire metal that they want.
Speaking of, we've moved it to storage. Counselor Mira has been performing experiments on it for the past few days. Good work, I suppose.
You got into my system,
We got
Was
under your
alright.
bed.
She
but
said
I
she locked the
security
door.
locked my room.
We're gonna go and the door's gonna be gone.
It was
I
not
bet.
easy to get into your room.
It's
So what else did you see
Lunaris.
under next to the bed?
I am afraid I can't tell you that, Aurelio.
I expect there to be porn magazines under there, Nix.
I am a knight and a gentleman.
Well, I mean, listen, you're the one that told us to lie. So
We saw interesting emails from one Avery Thomas.
What now?
Uh-oh.
Don't worry, Nix. I kept them to myself. Wink. You see, I can't actually wink. The motors behind my eyes don't operate individually.
K17, those emails are private.
Well, please, you three get up and moving. We need you dressed for a debriefing.
Fine.
well, if you're just gonna debrief us, why are we putting on clothes to begin with?
That's not
So
what
that
that
we
means.
can go to a more secure area, Aurelio.
Huh?
Everyone get the fuck up out of
debriefing.
bed.
Next is already up.
Okay.
Aurelio's reluctant, but he gets up, but he takes the blanket with him.
Cozy.
That's fair.
So they had a long day, a long 2 days, 3 days.
Okay.
Week.
You take
Year.
you take some time to yourselves getting dressed in your own separate rooms at this point, and you feel mostly fine. They've kept good care of you while you were asleep for only about a day. You were asleep for one night, but 2 days technically. But you are back home. You are on Sear Station. You look out over nice grassy fields and tall forests and nice big cities on the curved space station. You look up and you see the other end of the circle.
Cool.
Things have been a little bit better now. Things have been more repaired. Things are a little bit more as pristine as you remembered them when you first arrived at this location. Clouds roll aimlessly, and off in the sky, hanging like a moon, though much, 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 much larger, is Sargasso, the planet itself.
Oh, I miss home.
After a moment, I think K17 comes to get you, and he leads you down winding hallways and down elevators, and eventually you are back in that operating center, same as from before, from a long while back, if you recall.
Up.
You're surrounded by people, and Counselor Mira sits in the center on a large chair. She seems to be looking pretty good, and she waves to you as you enter. Captain Azsura is standing off to the left, his arms crossed, leaning against one of the railings.
Cute. Alright, well, we approach.
Yep.
Counselor.
Good afternoon, you three. I would like to congratulate you on your victory, I suppose, however difficult it might have been.
Thank you. It was harder this time.
I'd see that indeed. I didn't realize it'd be so quick to ramp up like that. I suppose we can't remain too secret forever when it comes to these things. I'm glad you understood where your loyalties lied when it came to retrieving the dire metal and returning it.
Aurelio kind of shifts his feet at that, but he doesn't say anything.
We've been studying it for the past few days. We've moved it to its own special vault-like location that I'm afraid must remain confidential, even from yourselves.
Understandable.
It's been miraculous scientific work, though. Things we've never even seen before. We can't even nail down what alloy it's made of. It seems to react when we give it power, however. We've been careful to give it very small amounts. We're not sure if things like the red star can read any signals given off by these things. It may only be the orb that is still in your possession.
Could be dire.
Could be dire indeed, Aurelio. Could be dire indeed. But thank you. As part of payment, you'll be receiving your funds just after you leave here today, unless there was some particular thing you wanted to request.
I have a personal request, but that can be saved for a later date.
We'll talk.
Aurelio doesn't actually work here, so he just kind of is like, whatever you guys want.
Very well, then. Well, I would like to say that we now have only one location left as of the last time you checked that map. Now, I'm
It's probably going to kill us.
It very well may. I'm a little concerned for your safety at this point. If it is all right with you, and it must be because I am your commanding officer, I would prefer if we can take a few days off, if you will. Just 3 or 4 days, just to let things calm down. I want to see what the ISF is planning. I want to see if we can read the tide.
You'll have to suffer.
That's very ominous of you, Aurelio.
Well, I mean, you know, things happened.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we'll house you in the meantime, unless you have something that you need to do. Feel free to let me know, and, well, I would like to ask you specifically, we would like to check the map again. It may have changed since the last time we looked at it.
I believe it wise to find a remote location in order to check this map.
Indeed. We have to plan a course of action. We'd need to build a new facility.
Is there like a planet you don't like?
Location of our next... Depending on the surroundings of our next location, it might be wise to check there.
Oh yeah, it said there was nothing there.
Indeed.
As far as we can see.
It
Of course,
is
if there's nothing there, that means we'll be the only things there.
It's a most peculiar place. I'm somewhat concerned. It's rather out of the way. There is no gateway that leads directly to that place. You're going to have to end up doing some long-distance travel.
Like how long?
It could be hours. It could be days. Could even be over a week. It's not too far away from...
Not like years.
No, not like years. It's not that far away. The nearest system, I believe, is actually going to be Lianne Fiale, but you shouldn't have too much trouble. Just head through the gateway and then set your coordinates and, well, speed along before anybody notices.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll try to find another course. Perhaps we can avoid heading back to Lianne Fiale if we can. It might take a bit longer, but it should be no big deal. Perhaps an extra day if we go from Io.
I think they're not really keen on us being there.
Fortunately, though, the ISF doesn't seem to know exactly who you are or what you're doing or even why. Let's hope it stays that way.
You...
Well said.
Why am I talking? I don't even work here.
Because you love to talk, Aurelio. That's why we
Yep.
love you.
And because Nyx is way too professional at this point in time.
Yes,
Just like,
Whoops. Sorry.
I didn't hear you over my
I'm
mumbling.
going to be talking with the Freeman Association soon. I think it would
What?
behoove us to the construction firm that we work with. They're good shipbuilders. I think it would behoove us to arm you.
That would be nice.
I haven't lost any limbs yet. Aurelio's like finger gunning.
I think it would.
Yeah.
I think it would be best if we did arm ourselves with proper shielding and weaponry, because seeing as the course of everything going on, it is only going to get more dangerous.
Yeah, so far Nyx has almost died. I've almost died. Now it's Abram's turn, so we kind of need him. So it'd be nice to arm ourselves a bit more.
Indeed,
I
I would
I
like
am
a
offended.
full. I'd like a full debriefing, please, as soon as we can.
Oh, Abram, when did you almost die?
When the ship cracked in half and I saved your
Oh
tiny
yeah, no,
ass.
Abram already. Oh, no, all right, never mind. Abram already tried to die. It's okay, we got it. We're all.
I already tried to die. It was not my choice. Well, it was. Never mind. It was my choice. Anyway, debriefing. What are we doing?
Anyway, Azura says he needs to debrief you, Abram. So.
That's not what that means, Aurelia.
Abram, I need to debrief you.
Okay, well.
Told you. Told you.
Well, it's going to take about 3 days just to install something. Now, I think it's time that we negotiate specifically why I need you all. I'm afraid that our training for special forces is rather lax here in the Lunaris Foundation. We're mostly scientists, technologists, specialists, things like that. We have our soldiers, but Azsura is our finest warrior, and he's not very, well, he's only one man. You have already proven yourselves to be rather adept at what you do, and also willing to work with me, and frankly, you all confound me to no end, but...
What's that mean?
Well, you are Lunaris citizens, after all, and we've recruited you for this task, and I'm happy that you're doing it for us.
Ah.
You've proven yourselves to me, and we're going to support you the best we can as long as you continue to support us. Now, I want to specify, however, we're not hiring you to kill. We're going to arm you with a weapon simply so you can defend yourself in the case of, say, the Red Star or pirates. You're going to be going into uncharted territory. We do not want you starting a war with the ISF.
No worries, I'm not hired here at all.
That doesn't give you license to kill.
It just won't be in your name.
Aurelio and Abram and Nyx, you are still all you must uphold the law.
Well, of
We
course.
still have to hold you to the highest standard.
But like if
Rest
they try to
assured.
kill us.
You may use your best judgment, but please try to avoid bloodshed. We're trying to not... Listen, we
No
can't
worries.
withstand the ISF if they come in full force. Do not piss them off.
I'm the one on the team that tries the most not to kill.
And I thank you
Rest
very
assured,
much.
we will handle our tasks discreetly and without needless murder, for lack of a better term.
Excellent. Nyx, I appreciate you very much, and I'd like it if you can take a walk with me, if you will. I think we're done here. Azsura, if you want to do whatever you need to do with them, by all means. But as far as you guys are concerned, your vacation begins now. Dismissed.
We'll try not to do any pointy oinkies.
God, I'm crying.
Godspeed the person who tries to just listen to this instead of read the chat, because God knows it doesn't make any sense otherwise.
It doesn't make sense either way.
Nothing makes sense.
I'm going to Sagasso. I don't want to be here.
Okay.
Aurelia says. I
There-
missed my dirt.
There is a shuttle for you at the hangar if you wish to head back, by all means.
Anyone going back to Sargasso? Just me?
I think it's just you.
Okay. Later.
For now.
Aiden, this might be your
meet,
chance.
I'll meet
What
back
do
up
I
with
have?
you guys.
There's nothing on Sargasso from me.
I'll meet back
Aww.
up with you guys in 4 days? 3 days? What was it?
3 days, please.
3 days. Okay.
Aurelio, we're going to
Okay.
give you an email.
I don't have
We
a computer.
need to be able to... Nyx will show you.
I don't have a
set it up.
computer on Sargasso.
Nyx, please, can you... How do we
I don't have
contact you if we
internet on
need you,
Sargasso.
Aurelio? Aurelio,
Pigeon.
Aurelia.
please take this loaner tablet.
I don't have internet.
Yo, really quick, what color are K-17's eyes?
Bright blue.
Okay, thank you.
Listen, I
Literally
I
luminescent.
appreciate
Aurelia,
the
the
tablet, but I don't have
Sargasso
email
has limited
data.
public access that you can use your email for.
You don't understand. I
We'll
don't
give you a
live
satellite phone. Surely
here.
it'll work.
I don't live.
Okay, if it'll work in...
I trust that it's for the paperwork, really. Just need to prove that we gave you something.
But I don't work here.
Yes, but
And so you can have better contact with us,
you're a
comrades.
citizen. You're a citizen of Sargasso. We need to.
Okay.
We still look after you in a way.
Okay, I don't have an ID either. Should I get one?
Oh my god. Okay, so an hour or two goes by of Counselor Myra seriously walking through, like, Aurelio through becoming a citizen. Like, he takes a short test. It's verbal because he can't read. They print out an ID for him that labels him as, like, a Sargasso resident with Lunaris, like, as the overhead, and they give him a satellite phone with an associated backpack for, like, connection reasons. It might not work where he's going. I think I know where he's going. It might not work. But the point is that they give him one because they think it will.
Probably won't
It
work.
probably won't work, but they give him one
Nix
anyway.
helps him set up an email.
You get a...
Puppy Lover XX2.
Thank you, Nix.
All three of you have company emails with Lunaris.
Jesus.
You also have your private
it's
emails
Mud
as well.
Mud Puppy Lover XX.
So, if I'm counting this correctly, I have 3 email accounts now.
Yeah, because you're definitely keeping track of Aurelio's, because he does not keep track of it himself.
Oh wait, so I technically have 4.
Yes. Wait, what? How do you have 3? Tell me your 3.
I have my business email for my mechanics business. I have my personal email for personal reasons. I have my Lunaris issued business email, and I have Aurelio's email.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Aurelio's official email is xxmudpuppyloverxx@lunaris.org.
I hate this.
All right. And you are sent off, Abram. You get on a shuttle that is piloted by
Abram?
someone for
Hi.
Aurelio. Get fucking shipped, buddy. Aurelio, you would get on a ship, and lo and behold, the man who is beside you is none other than Jonathan Stanlow.
There he is.
But we'll get back to you.
Oh,
Abram.
yeah.
Pauses mid, like, arms open for a hug.
Oh. Abram.
What do you do? Your 3 days begins now. I think Azsura takes you for a short debriefing, and you tell him basically whatever happens on Lianne Fiale. I'm going to assume that you tell him everything for my own sanity's sake.
Yes, don't worry.
Thank God. I'm gonna fucking mute the other two.
Okay.
What do you do with your 3 days?
Wait a minute. Fuck. Aurelio left. Okay, well that's one thing.
I told you.
No, it's fine. Wait,
What
tell
did you
me
need
what.
Aurelio?
I said
No,
this
okay.
might be your chance, and you were like, "There's nothing for me on Sargasso," and I went, "Okay."
I have 3 days. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And yeah, I didn't know what the hell you were talking about. So where's Azsura?
He is right beside you as you walk down a hall with him, looking at the beautiful sunset landscape of Sierra
I
Station.
love looking at the sunset with Azsura. He's under me. Not yet.
He likes to walk and talk.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me see. So, Azsura.
Yes.
Mira is her name. Myra's been testing the dire metal.
Indeed, she has been. Her and her top scientists have removed it to a classified location to make sure that they can test it without worrying about any repercussions.
Are you privy to the information, or is that confidential from you as well?
Some. I am not. Well, frankly, I'm not very interested, but I do keep an eye on things. I am the first knight. It's my responsibility to keep track of security.
Do you have any idea yet what she's going to use it for?
Well, right now it appears to be nothing. Lunaris is very well off in terms of technology, farther than any other civilization in the sector. We, frankly, don't have much need for things like these. It's more of a intellectual pursuit, perhaps unearthing histories long thought lost, secrets that might benefit us somehow, but I don't think that she has anything particular in mind.
Well, I hope you're right about that. The ISF wants it as well, obviously.
Indeed.
I didn't choose to work with Lunaris because I trust Mira. I chose Lunaris because perhaps they're the lesser of two evils.
Spoken like a true warrior. Sometimes you must just pick Abram. There is not always a proper, perfect answer. Sometimes you just must take what you have.
And I could have destroyed it.
Could you have?
I could have tried.
I suppose. I must warn you, these things have proven resilient. I fear there may be no choice but simply to pick who receives it.
If you hear anything about Mira, getting any ideas, and he kind of trails off and he looks at Azsura.
Roll persuasion.
Oh, I'm not at my chair. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
Advantage. Abram is being wheeled down the hallway in an office chair, pushed by Azsura. Every now and then he gives you a spin.
Wee. What am I doing? Persuasion.
Persuasion with advantage. With advantage.
I'm going. Okay. 16.
I will do my best to keep you informed. Indeed, you are an important ally. I do not want to keep you out of my inner circle. I trust you as you trust me. Hopefully.
Well, then I hope my trust is not misplaced.
I think you'll do fine. Tell me, Abram, was there anything particular about Lianne Fiale that you wanted to dwell upon more? Your debriefing was rather brief. I'm not quite certain if I've received all of the details.
I'm organizing minutes. There. Do you recall that forest you spoke of with the rumors?
Indeed. I've forgotten the name now, but I do remember the one you're speaking of.
Yeah. I don't know if I would call it haunted, but it was definitely fucked up.
I see. It is most certainly a curious location. I don't know how to explain it myself.
I was going to say, he probably just like tells him what happened in whatever not crazy way he can.
That is indeed rather crazy. I know not what explains it, I'm afraid. I'm glad that you made it out alive. I too had my own strange runnings.
Where?
In the forest.
You've been to the forest?
Once.
Why?
Oh, there was a time where I wasn't always the first knight. I traveled, explored. I found myself on Lianne Fiale once, set upon by a black beast. I delivered a terrible blow to its flank, but I believe it made off alive, despite my best efforts.
Guys, we saw that wound.
I wouldn't have made it out alive if it weren't for, well, I suppose chance. I simply followed fireflies until I came out the other side.
Everyone kind of like stops walking.
He stops walking his way. He takes a few more steps and his cape like stops flowing as he has his arms folded behind his back underneath his cape, and he turns to look at you and raises one red eyebrow.
Oh, that's such a cute eyebrow. Right. That must have been exciting.
Oh, indeed. A most peculiar instance, I must admit. Haven't seen anything quite like it since. I suppose there's still mysteries in this world.
And yet you don't believe in ghosts.
I don't believe that anybody who's died in this world would want to linger.
Fair enough.
Was there anything else?
Out of character, there's actually 2 more things, but I do not want to do them all in my turn, because I don't want to hog the airspace.
Understandable. Abram, you and I are going to keep walking, and we're going to cut to Aurelio and Nick's doing their own things.
Very well.
Nix, I think you are getting ready to go to where you are going to go. When you hear a knock at your door, your barracks door, your little hotel room that is kept aside for you and your party members for when you are staying on Cirrus Station. What do you do?
She says, "It's open."
Okay, a tall woman steps through the doorway with a box in hand. It is Counselor Mira, and she shuts it behind her.
Hello. Is there anything I can do for you, or?
Yes, Nix, I was interested in talking with you for a few moments. I wanted to thank you for your hard work. Please, accept these. I noticed the sorry state of your previous attire. And she holds the box out to you.
She takes it, and she says, "You didn't have to... I mean, I can just get other clothes."
No, you are a Lunaris professional. You work with us, and you've earned these things as part of your service. Everybody has their uniform. This is yours.
Thank you. I don't know what to say.
Indeed. You pull it out of the box, I'm assuming, because while you know what it looks like, nobody else does who's listening. You pull out a long set of clothing, new pants, new boots, fancy shirt, tunic sort of thing. That's all beautiful whites and blues, just like the Lunaris traditional colors. It has long robes like flags that hang from the waist. It's very pretty, but it's also professional, very well designed in terms of very much so more with the exploring woman in mind. No heels on these boots. And it also provides you with +1 AC that you did not have before.
Wow.
If you so choose to wear it. You could just choose to wear your traditional clothing.
Of course, Nyx, takes this beautiful outfit, and she, looks it over, just stunned.
She sits on the edge of your bed and folds one leg over her other. Yes, you've come back. And I wanted to know that we appreciated that. I can see a great future for you with us. I'm sure your father would be very proud.
Sure. I'm sure wherever he is, he's looking down and incredibly proud of me.
I know so. But I appear to have interrupted something. Were you going somewhere?
Yes, I wanted to head back to Sargasso and come to speak with my adopted family. I haven't seen them in quite a while.
I see, indeed. Okay, well then I will leave you to it. A shuttle will be happy to take you back. I'm afraid your own ship is going to be kept under construction for the next few days while the Freeman Association installs the new pieces of equipment.
Understandable. Oh, there was one kind of personal request that I wanted. And she kind of brings a hand instinctively to the shaved part of her head. I know it seems like a fashion statement, but in reality, at the time, I didn't have the money for the remaining part of my implants. And I was hoping to use part of... So...
I know a fantastic surgeon. They did my hair. I think you'll be very pleased.
Thank you.
Call it on the house. Though you will have to come back a day early.
That's fine.
Okay.
I'll return in 2 days then.
I will forward you their information. You have an excellent time on Sargasso.
Thank you. And she goes back to packing her things, and she takes a look at the clothes that she was just given. And then she packs them up as well in her suitcase.
Aurelio.
Her duffel bag.
Hey, man, what's up?
You will not believe, dude.
Woogie, 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 woogie.
He points at in his eye and he goes, "I'm an alligator now."
Oh shit, man! You're an alligator now. That's
I'm
awesome.
an alligator. Yeah, man.
That's fucking wild, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you wouldn't believe what's happening. He catches Jonathan up on what happened.
Whoa, that's fucked up.
I know, man.
But also rad as hell.
I know. I know, man. I died, and now I'm back.
I'm glad you're back. Where are you heading?
I'm actually heading back to Sagasso.
Nice. You
Gonna
feel
go
a
visit.
rumbling as you make dock with the Jacob's elevator. That takes you back down to the surface.
Sweet. So what are you up to? What you been up to, dude?
Oh, you
You
know,
didn't
just I had some business to do. Just I don't wanted to see Paulus tears, that kind of thing. Roll insight.
You don't need to lie to me, man. we brothers.
You're right. We're brothers. I was gonna go to Tenby.
Aurelio puts a hand on his shoulder. I think that's a good idea.
You think so?
I think so.
Maybe you're right.
Do you want me to accompany you there on my way?
No,
I mean,
no. I think it's something I gotta do on my own.
I respect that, man. I respect that.
That's pretty sweet hell of you, man.
I think you're actually gonna enjoy it there. There's a good bar I would recommend. You can get pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Just in case.
All right,
Just in case.
I'll trust you on that one, man. Okay.
So, by the way, have you? I understand it's confidential and all that stuff, so I don't. I understand if I can't know it. But the dire metal situation. Do you know anything about it?
No, not at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I know
Yeah.
about as much as you do. I think we're the same rank, technically.
Oh.
Even though you don't really work there.
I don't even work here.
Yeah, I know.
that's sad.
It really sucks for me, to be honest. I don't even really get. I don't get retirement. I don't get sick days. It's really rough.
dude.
Lunaris doesn't really have that great of a well-defined military. It's actually kind of like the McDonald's of the
Do they have,
Sargasso
like,
world.
A health care, at least, like health insurance.
Yeah, well, we got dental.
Well, that's pretty. I mean, teeth are important.
We have life insurance, but we don't.
I
we don't have
imagine
health
that, like,
insurance.
punch in the face a lot. So.
Yeah, they paid for
bad.
that, but I think that was more like a because it was a special instance sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I apologize about that.
It's rough. Mira's trying to pass some stuff, but you know how the House of Representatives is. It's really kind of hard to get some stuff through there. It's all conservative, and she's really liberal. It's kind of tough.
Aurelio hears this. he hears this, and he thinks this is where his start of thinking about being a politician came in. A true ambassador. He'll look back on this in the future and think, Jonathan, you changed my life.
This is your college essay.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, back to the present. Man, that's tough, buddy. That's tough. They should change that. They should change. Someone should make a change.
But you know what? I do it for the love. Yeah, someone should do it. I think I can see the poster now.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Someone should. We need a person.
Need a person. Okay. I mean, you guys know it's a very long ride down to the surface, so we're just gonna fast cut that one.
Yeah.
Aurelia, you're standing out in the busy streets of Paulus Tyrus, now known as New Pavo. You see Brent Henson as he plays on the various advertisements endorsing various soda pops.
Oh, no.
They're talking about how that signal went out across the sector that almost everybody seems to have heard, and now all these weird things are starting to happen. Lianne Fiale had a flying castle. Slove had a brand new mountain repository of forgotten
I don't know anything about that.
technology. And it's just everything just has a little bit of a different lens on it is all.
Weird.
People are more aware of, like, the universe at large. Where do you go?
I mean, good. That's good. I need to get. I don't know how to get out. I think I need to take the train.
we look at Aurelio as he stands with two duffel bags under each arm. He looks left. He looks right. He looks straight ahead.
I'm holding a crate that has 3 mud puppies.
You have got a crate with 3 mud puppies in it. You look straight ahead. I don't know where I'm going. Abram, what is your next turn?
Let's see. So Myra mentioned something about. Oh fuck! What did she say? The new, special ops program.
Are you?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay. Indeed, yes, Captain Azsura says as you continue to walk down the hallway. We were considering it. We were not a very militaristic organization until, well, we never had a reason. Our technology was more than enough to withstand any kind of offense.
The ISF's just gonna keep getting stronger.
You're right. Ever since the close of the genetic war, there's been no one to oppose them. They've just been growing and growing. The Mondenans can't even get their empire back together. There's no rivalry to keep them in check. What would you suggest? Former
I suggest
ISF
that you
Black
become
Ops.
that rivalry.
That's a dangerous game, Abram.
They're going to come here. You have a dire metal, and they will take it.
I think you're right, despite what other people may think. The Red Star was... we were butter to them. And we can't seem to play them against the ISF. They have no rhyme, no reason to their actions. We've spotted them, by the way.
Who?
The Red Star.
Where?
At the farthest reaches of the system, and you'll never guess what they possibly could have been looking at.
Airborne
Slove.
waves. Oh no.
We sent a recon ship out that way after we had heard that you had been there. I'm afraid the recon ship got there a little bit late, but far, far off in the distance, surely only seeable with our powerful optics and our distant relations to that planet. We saw the Red Star, unmoving. After an hour and a half of doing nothing, it disappeared into thin air.
Even more reason you should form a military.
I think you're right. So far, I just have those in the garrison under my direct command. People like Jonathan.
I'm sure someone like you could command a greater army.
Maybe once. Perhaps again, but not with this level of... too few in number. We need efficiency over quantity. I have some plans, but they'll take a while. I've already commissioned the Night Owl to be repaired.
Well, as you said, I am a former ISF Black Ops member if you require any assistance.
I do believe I will be taking you up on that offer, and soon. Perhaps even after this next mission of yours, if you survive it. Which I certainly hope you do.
I don't even know where we're going.
Neither do I. You are the recon team. This time, we'd very much so like for you to keep in more direct contact. Try to send messages, well, if I had it my way, every hour on the hour, but I'll settle for once a day.
Hear from scoffs.
We're upgrading your direct linked software. You can send messages more directly as long as you're within the same system as the gateway. However, they will be slow. It will not be instantaneous. No calls.
That's better than nothing.
Indeed. Did you have anything else?
Yes. Your body. What happened to it? I know what happened, but... Thanks, be quiet.
Roll persuasion.
Okay, here we go. 10.
I suppose it happens slowly. You lose things, one piece at a time, until you finally just look at yourself in the mirror and realize you're, well, potentially more machine than man. Lose a foot here, lose some fingers here. You keep fighting. You keep going on and on. Never even think about retiring until by the time you get to the end of your career, you're just a battered mess. If I could pinpoint one direct event, I suppose I'd claim the genetic war, but I think this is a result of a lifestyle choice rather than anything. It's the life of a soldier. The life of a knight.
Respectable. What parts of you remain biological?
Well, much of my right side, head, spinal column, most of my legs. Some internal things have had to be replaced over time. I'm missing both kidneys, don't tell anybody. Very sensitive about it.
Noted.
No, it's mostly just the extension of the limbs. Left hand, feet. Frankly, I look rather fine from the outside, but on the inside I wonder. I'm afraid I don't take coins.
That's fine, those weren't even coins. For whatever it's worth, I'm certain that perhaps people would call you more human than I. And from my point of view, you seem just as human as anyone else.
I appreciate the comment, but I worry not about it.
Not even with your 2 false kidneys.
Not even with the 2 false kidneys, though it pains me to this day. Nyx,
Yes.
you're sitting in a cafe. What are you drinking?
Probably some sort of like, just like an herbal tea, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, you're sitting next to your loving family members. Who is there? Perhaps only the one? But you tell me. Who are you with?
Definitely Nada.
Okay.
She's there, and Zip insisted that he come too. Unfortunately, Zilch is working.
Understandable. I think Zip is just kind of like wandering around, like just taking in the sights. You're in a rather nice place of Nupava, just enjoying yourselves. I think they're more concerned with seeing all the different people as they walk around, as you're talking with Nada. What do you say?
Well, kind of updating her and explaining the new, kind of vein-like scars that are coming from her, her arm, her left arm.
So you were struck by lightning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat your ass.
It wouldn't be a family visit if you didn't.
Like the entire thing.
What's left of it?
What are you wearing, Nyx?
She has on her new outfit.
And I think Nada looks it up and down with like a kind of raised eyebrow, like almost suspicious like look. So this is it, huh? This is the new style?
Yeah. Lunaris took me back.
Well, I would like to prefer that you took them back. You don't need them.
I mean, yeah. I'm actually kind of confused a little bit.
Yeah, how so?
Scared. I haven't been involved with Lunaris since Avo Station. And you saw how I was after that.
I remember.
That was... And how I constantly reminded you that they would come back for me, they would look for me. And they never did.
Well, if it makes you happy, you're back now.
Yeah, and I guess I'm kind of a big deal. Uh-huh.
Don't let it go to your head.
Like I would. And don't remind me of that time. No. Listen. Just... It's all sort of overwhelming. I mean, I've barely had any time for myself.
Well, you have 3 days now, don't you?
I do. Well, technically 2. I'm actually going in for an operation soon.
Whoa.
No, 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 no! No, it's not that. No, nothing internally is going wrong with me. Don't have to worry. Just... I'm getting more extensions.
Oh, well, I guess that's fine. I guess you had mentioned it once before. I just didn't think it would actually ever happen. I'm so used to you, well, like that.
I'm not getting not a full head of hair. I'm still gonna have a little bit of a shaved part, but it's not gonna be as extreme.
All right, well, you do whatever you want to do, I guess. Where are you going to next?
I have some business at home that I wanted to take care of. Oh, you mean the mission?
No, I meant after lunch.
Oh, well, I was gonna go home and look at a couple of things and maybe send an email or two and
Okay.
hopefully, if he's around, a voice chat, but...
She leans in super uncomfortably close. Who?
Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me like that?
Who is that you're going to be sending an email to?
His name is Avery. I met him.
Nyx?
Yeah?
With anyone?
Yeah?
I'm shocked.
Are you really that shocked?
No, I'm so proud.
I mean, I know after I, kicked that one client's ass that tried to get my number after fixing his foot or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But, we spent the holiday together, and after all that stuff with, the snow place ending and just everything, going to hell, and...
Right. All right. Yeah. You have fun. I'm happy for you.
Don't give me that look.
I'm not giving you any look, she says, giving you a look.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like so fucking smug.
You're lucky I'm on official leave, or else I would absolutely kick the shit out of you.
Nah, I bet you would. Aurelio.
Oh, okay, go.
Sorry, gotta cut you at some point.
Fine, go.
Aurelio.
Fuck, man.
Fuck, man.
Aurelio and out of character, Aurelio is starving.
Okay, well that's fine. Tell us where you have gone. Aurelio has now gotten onto a train, and he is heading somewhere fast. You see the open sky above you and sands out in every direction.
Aurelio is going back to the dirt.
He goes back to the
dirt from whence he was grown in.
Okay, I think that eventually you hit a stop that's straight up in the middle of nowhere. No buildings, no nothing, just a single water tower.
Aurelio knows this place.
And you get off.
Oh. My dirt. Just kidding, he's not there yet.
And you begin your walk northward, out across the dunes, out across the sands. Your face mask and the cloth coverings keeping the sun off of your skin. Do you want the Sargasso map? I'll put the Sargasso map on.
Yeah, put the Sargasso map.
All right.
Fucking my
visual interest.
Itself. Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't know if we have enough content to support taking a break and then coming back earlier. How about after your turn, you just go get food?
Yeah.
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 But where do you go?
So, wow, man, Aurelio has to walk super freaking far, doesn't he?
He does, but I think that this is your favored terrain, basically.
Yeah, it is. So imagine, I guess Aurelio got off here, somewhere, right?
Yep.
Probably. Yeah. And he's just freaking, he's doing a little travel. travel.
we watch as Aurelio crawls across the sands a long period of time. Oh my god, like literally hours.
Aurelio's, he's just whistling while he does it. He's happy. He's talking to his mud puppies. He's
And
like, this is where I went for my first picnic. He's like pointing to like rocks.
They're like kept in water, right? Like it's like a bucket full of water that they're like in. Okay, just checking.
It's like water and like some moss clumps and like a rock for them to stand on.
Right. Yeah, I think you also like you hitch a ride on like some camelbacks like a few times, and there's like a guy who has like a sand speeder who like gives you a ride. Like it's not all just walking that entire distance.
Yeah.
And eventually you surmount the final dune crest and are looking out over the worst town that anyone has ever seen. But it's home.
It's fucking nasty. Aurelio loves it.
It's horrible. It's a scrapyard. It's kept together by just shambles of metal. There's some ceramic buildings and adobe huts here and there. There's small animals that burrow themselves into the sand as you approach. And there are lots and lots of people who are all dressed in basically car tires and leather.
Aurelio sees people walking around. He sees the neon lights. He sees that god-awful horse statue in the center of town that's supposed to be a fountain, but there's absolutely no water going through it because fuck that. There's no pipes here. And he bursts out running. He runs straight into town.
He runs straight into town and barrels down an old man, killing him instantly.
Goodbye. He had to commit murder. That was what he needed here. We're done.
He committed the hit.
He's Sasuke.
And you reunite with your family. Which...
Gramps! I got mud puppies.
This old man, who's just like all salt and pepper gray hair and like a little on the portly side and like there's a few limbs missing, namely just like the right foot, looks down at these gigantic mud puppies. And then they reach down with big brawny fingers and pull one out, and they hold it up above their head like Simba style, just like Aurelio did that one time in the pond.
Oh, so enjoy.
They're beautiful.
I know. This one's Oif. The one that you're holding is Fuente, and this one's Tenby.
They look at you with like a tear rolling down one of their eyes. You named it after us?
Of course. Aurelio's like, he's got some tears. He's like, this is my home.
I'm so proud. I'm glad you came home. I was worried about you.
It's been a long time, Gramps. It's been a while. I went through a lot of things, but I have 3 days. I have a break. I'm not working, but I'm working.
Then for 3 days we will party and drink.
Yes.
And
also,
he raises up a fist, and a bunch of people just swarm you and like carry you on their shoulders. The prodigal son returns.
It's like 20 people. It's the entire town.
Yeah, they're like it's all that you. They barely get you like 2 inches off the ground because they're all like malnourished and stuff like that.
I miss you guys. Where's by the way, where's Nan? Where's she at? I kind of
Aurelio, I'm afraid that while you were gone, she passed.
No.
Yeah, you're right. Just kidding. She's just over there. Nan jumps out from behind a door and just goes, ah, pointing at you.
You think I would have figured you guys would stop after like the 5th time you've done this? You keep doing it.
No, it's funny every time.
Oh my god. Every time I have a heart attack, I'm gonna die early.
Nah, you'll be fine. By the way, you're looking a little green around the gills.
Yeah, I turned into a crocodile.
I see that.
Yeah. I was told that I'm not fully human. You guys know anything about this?
I think Gramps looks at Nan, and then they both look back at you. Abram?
That wasn't...
You're free. Go get food. Abram, we're on day 3.
Day 3.
What have you done with your time? As well as, what do you still want to do with your time?
I mean, that's a good question. He probably actually looked I don't think he's actually walked around Sierra Station much. So he probably checked that out.
Okay, yeah, you see just a city, one major city that sprawls out into like suburbs, but not the usual kind that you'd be picturing, as well as significant factories and business districts and technology. And you notice one like corridor that's just beautiful grasslands, but just below it, it's like just server after server room after server room after server room after server room. Like it's just information processing centers as far as the eye can see. It's all technology with a thin veiling of nature.
Yeah, that kind of... I was gonna say, that makes him slightly uncomfortable. And then part of the reason he's walking around is because he's like, if I stay with Lunaris, maybe he has to live here, and he doesn't like that. So he's like thinking about things still. But it's okay, he'll figure that out.
What doesn't he like about it, Abram?
Which part? Staying here?
Yeah.
It's so artificial. And it feels like a weird cage of sorts.
An interesting observation.
Yeah. So, after ruminating on that, he kind of... he can see Saragossa from here, right?
You look up in the sky and can see it.
There it is. Well, he looks at that really quick, and he's like, fuck, I should have talked to her earlier. I'll do it when he gets back.
I see. So the third and final day is that one thing that we forgot to do, and now we're just going to have to wait.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting.
Okay.
I mean, Nick still has some stuff that she's gonna do.
Nyx bites into her big old pretzel with her fresh head of hair, standing right beside Abram.
Wait, I was gonna fight.
I mean, I was gonna say
No, I'm
me
kidding.
too,
Wait,
but...
oh hey, let's fight.
Oh god.
I'm teasing it. You're wherever you want to be, Abram.
I'm gonna fight somebody. I don't care if it's Nyx or Azsura.
Nyx is in surgery right now. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, Nyx is getting some
I'll beat you down like in your hair done.
some sweet, sweet dreads.
Oh god, I can't wait to see. I'm gonna beat up somebody.
Okay, who do you beat up?
I can beat up random people. I can beat up Mira. I don't care. I can. You know what? I'm gonna test the mettle of this baby squad that Azsura has under his command.
I see. So you walk into the barracks barefooted and bare-chested, just like shredded, and sitting in front of you is like 12 men and women that you've all seen before. You see like Cassidy, Killian, and oh wait, no, hold on. There's actually people. I need to make sure I'm not recording this though because it's all the secret notes.
Don't record the secret notes.
Okay.
The sacred text.
The sacred text. You're sitting in front of a young blonde man with some scruff around his chin. He looks very young. You see a professor, a librarian by the name of Pamela James. You see
Why are you here?
Daniel Leon Barnes, who is the person who was misdirected by Aurelio that one time. How did you bend the rats, he asked. And he was also the one who talked to you about what the Red Star was when it first attacked Sierra Station. He's sitting there as well in a gi. You see Guy Matthews, an engineer. You see Ensign Emily Young. You see Rickon O'Hara. You see Noel Rodriguez and Sophia Einbridge. They're just two doctors. And then you see Cassidy as well, and Killian, and a few people that you saw on Paul's Tiers. Jonathan's not with him, though, which you notice. But these are the young people.
What the hell?
Whom is currently in direct charge to Azsura, supposedly, as well as several other soldiers, but they're out doing things. These are the people, like, you put up a flyer, maybe, where it's like, we're going to test your metal or something.
I'm going to train. I want them to be better. You know what?
These are the people who think...
These people need training.
These are the people who need training, is the point, is that they all look very, like... Uh-oh.
Okay.
What do you
Who
do?
wants to go first?
Nobody raises their hand.
If somebody doesn't raise their hand, I will pick.
Okay. You see Emily Young, a young Asian woman who stands up and slowly and morosely walks forward.
Excellent.
Food
is good.
I'm Emily Young.
Hello.
Hi. I don't like standing up in front of people.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I'm sure you'll be on the ground shortly.
Oh my god.
Do you have any combat experience?
I'm a gunner and a marksman.
What do you do if someone gets close to you?
She just looks off into the distance.
I die. I understand. Okay, well, come at me.
Okay, she's going. She like chambers
I
up.
can't wait to get murdered by her.
She rolls a 12 AC punch against you.
No.
I don't think you're wearing your armor though, specifically because this is
Yeah.
training.
Well, how much armor was that? Or how much? What was it? Plus 1, 2,
What?
1?
It's just the 11.
Huh? Oh, good. Yeah, she hit me. Nice.
Yeah, and she does
6 damage.
0 damage.
What?
1 minus 1.
Oh.
She punches you
Okay.
straight in the stomach, and it's just like toom. And there's nothing. There's no
She
ripple.
shatters
There's
her
no
own
nothing.
knuckles.
Oh, sorry. she's fine. But Abram just stands there, and he's like, "At least you hit me."
Thanks.
You're welcome. And then he flips her onto the ground.
Roll a grapple check. It's gonna be the easiest grapple check of your life.
What is this? Athletics?
Athletics, yeah.
I've never grappled someone, I don't think. 15.
Yeah, you fucking body her. You just like you grip her around the wrist and just like pull it close to your hip and just like throw your leg
Yeah.
out and just she's down instantaneously.
Next. I point to someone else.
Oh my god, that's
So
that's how he bent the rats.
Oh my god. So we don't have to do everyone, but
No,
yeah,
but the
he's
next
basically
few
training
hours
everyone.
is spent Abram. Like we have a freeze frame, like anime style, of him with like that statue of the man wrestling the babies.
Yeah, at the end he's just like, okay, everyone at once.
You have one underfoot, you have another one like held off the ground in your grasp. There's like 2 people. You got like your hand on top of Daniel Barnes's like in his hair, and he's just like swinging at the air, and he like can't reach you. Someone's got like their underwear pulled over their head.
Oh, the bullying.
Bullying. Hashtag bullying. I think they all gain a level.
Yay.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
I was hoping they would like benefit from it.
They actually, I'm going to say that you have actually spent enough time and effort to warrant them. We're just going to say they're now your current level. They're level 5 characters each.
Yay.
So if anything happens that you somehow need to call upon level 5 characters, they are level 5
5
characters.
librarians.
5 librarians. Yeah, they want like self-defense. They're all military personnel. They're just like, oh, I'm a bureaucrat. I'm a scientist. I'm a engineer. I'm a pilot. I'm a gunner. They're like non-standard person. They're not soldiers. There are soldiers. You do see them around several times. These are just the people who needed the most help.
Okay, well, I've helped them.
Yeah.
I've saved them.
Jonathan
Jesus, can't
would have
pick
gave
one.
you the fight. Yeah, Jonathan actually is the same level as you.
It's
All right.
well, my bloodlust is satiated.
Excellent. You have Azura walks in with his hands full behind his back and just looks at all these people like lying on the ground, panting and crying and sweating, and you're just standing with your hands on your hips, like all over them. And then he just like nods once, turns around, and walks out of the room.
Wait, Azura, let's get dinner.
Oh. Am I impressive yet for beating up all these poor, defenseless scientists?
Yeah.
I
Look
know
what
an
I did.
excellent sushi place.
Yes, dinner, man, with
Next,
Azura.
you're looking in the mirror at your new full head of hair.
Yay!
She still has like one of those like quarter shave, there's like a tiny portion of like shaved head. Like instead of it being just a full half of her hair, there's just like that tiny like side shave.
And this is like a handheld mirror, I'm assuming. And then you're just standing in your regalia. And from behind, we see Counselor Mira in the reflection as she approaches up behind you and runs her fingers through your new hair. And she just says, "Ooh, nice."
And then she opens a panel in her left wrist, and she turns the dial, and it turns blonde.
Very nice.
And then she turns it again, and it turns black.
Now you're just showing off.
I mean, it's cool.
She raises up her hand, and then her hand like splits open, and a comb unfolds out, and she starts brushing your hair.
That's so cute.
Now my hand can't do that.
It's okay. We all have our priorities.
I mean, it does like segment off into like 14 different like segments, but
I've seen it.
Details.
Very impressive.
Thank you.
Well, it's the end of day 3. We're expecting your friends to be home soon. I just got off the call with Mr. Freeman. Your ship should be done now.
They messed up the wiring.
No, it should be all fine. They promised not to touch anything of yours. We can't seem to contact Aurelio, however, so you're gonna have to go pick him up.
You have the coordinates of where he is, right?
He left us a scrap of notepaper with some crayon markings on it. I'm hoping you can decipher it.
Of course he did.
Accurate.
I'll go fetch him.
Okay, is there anything else that you're going to need before you go? Oh, I almost forgot. Here's $900.
I have never seen this amount of money in person in my life.
Well, you need to buy supplies before you go, and you're going to need to start maintaining your ship as well as just yourselves. Make sure to buy components for your equipment before you leave.
I'm gonna add that to my inventory. Thank you. I'll be leaving soon to fetch Aurelio, and then depending on what Abram's doing, we'll...
Yes, and please give this $900 to Abram as well. I expect you to all split the $800, but if you decide not to give any to Aurelio, I understand.
He can be a little iffy with his money, but I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Excellent. Well, good luck at whatever that location is in the middle of space. Remember, send reports.
Absolutely.
Every day.
Every day. And she goes to fetch Aurelio in her full, like, gear and, like, everything.
Abram?
Abram.
You have 5 little youngsters. They follow you like ducklings down the hall.
What are they doing? Are they just following me?
I think you've been, like, this is just the end of the training at this point. You're just, like, giving some final lecture notes before you depart to reunite with Nyx.
Yes. I give them advice. Close quarters combat. Primarily. Disarming.
I didn't know a wrist could bend like that.
It's not supposed to.
Oh.
You should see what the knees can do.
No!
Oh my god.
These poor kids.
No, they're fine. They're learning.
I mean, they're like adults, but you know what I mean.
They're all the safer for it.
These poor interns.
Interns is the perfect term for it. Okay. So what do you do with the... I think you just see Nyx, like, going down the hall.
Yeah, Nyx. I haven't seen her in 3 days. I haven't seen her in this outfit, actually.
No. So you would and she's also got, like,
hair.
You've never seen this woman before in your entire life.
In fact, he probably...
Roll perception.
Oh, no.
Ow, I banged my hand.
15.
Yeah, I guess you don't recognize her at first.
I was gonna say, he kind of doesn't look at her at first, but then something about, like, when she goes to, like, pass, something about the height kind of gets his attention, and then he, like, stops and he, like, looks. Which, excuse me, she just walked right by me. I see how it is.
In this self-generated narrative.
She's, like,
Nyx?
deep... She's, like, deep in thought when you, like, speak to her, and she, like, stops, and she turns, yeah?
What happened? You look different.
Oh. And she kind of, like, runs a hand through her hair. I got more implants. And, Myra gave me this uniform.
You look very official.
Yeah. It's different.
Do you like it?
I think it suits me.
The uniform?
I mean, more of the color schemes. It's a little I never had a uniform.
Lunaris uniform. Does it suit you? Do you like it?
Yeah.
He kind of narrows his eyes and then he dismisses these children if they're still falling.
They look between the two of you for a moment, and then they all just like disperse amongst the hallways, just like fanning out in their various directions.
As long as you know what you're doing, he says when they leave.
Not gonna get hit as hard.
Well, that's good, but you belong to Lunaris, and you seem to be embracing that.
It's all I've ever known.
Is that all you want to know?
I have no reason to not trust them.
Fair enough. I suppose Myra's taking good care of you. As long as you're happy, that's all that matters.
I am. They haven't been able to contact Aurelio?
Well, either he doesn't know how to use it, or...
She holds out a crayon drawing.
Oh, I know where that is.
How him.
Let's go.
Alright, and we're gonna go.
And you go. You take off in your brand new ship.
Oh, I know where that is. I got it.
And you notice that there is now something different about your ship. There's now a large double-barreled cannon with a circular orb-like canopy that you look out from, with a chair that is meant to be sat upon. However, I'm going to tell you one thing. It is directional. It is only able to see 180 degrees because it can't shoot whatever it's on the opposite side of. So if it's installed on the top, it can only shoot forward and back and up, but not down. And if it's installed on the bottom, it can shoot in all directions downwards. And if installed on the left and the right, so on and so forth, it can only shoot to everything on the left or everything on the right. So I'm going to leave it to you. Where was this installed? Is it underneath the ship? Or is it on top of the ship? Or does it hang off one
Abram's
side?
gonna be the one using it, so he should
Yeah. What?
Wait,
Abram's more like...
but isn't this like a heavy weapons?
fight.
Yeah, but none of you guys are proficient in that, so it
I
doesn't
thought
matter
someone
who.
was. Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't matter who
I'll,
pilots it.
I'll be the one who dies. That's fine.
Good. Take one for the team.
Once we make the
Listen.
decision of whether it's on, if it's the canopy is installed on the top or on the bottom, it is stuck there. We cannot move it unless you pay to have it reinstalled.
I think
reinstall
bottom would
another
be
one.
okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It worked well for the Millennium Falcon.
True.
The bottom. It goes on the bottom. You would not put it on top. That's horrible.
It is not a tank. It is a
Bottom
ship,
might be
so-
bottom might be good for like fighting attackers who are chasing you, and bottom top would be good against people chasing you, whereas bottom would be good if you are aggressing, and you can also shoot downwards. You can shoot the ground.
Yeah, exactly. We can like fly. Yeah, and we can also. I feel like if we're
Strafing
flying
around.
around maneuvering, we would
Yeah.
want to be on top of it. Also, because I feel like a lot of ships have theirs on the bottom, and they can't shoot up at us unless they have like 8 million guns, which they might, but whatever.
Okay, so bottom it is. Just underneath the cockpit on the front is now a second level, and this is why your ship was so high off the ground. It has a 4-foot clearance underneath, and now this twin barrels and this canopy with a chair in it is now sitting underneath there before. Nix, you'll recall that underneath the floorboards of the ship is where the engine is. Now that in that very tiny 4-foot tall hallway that you put like a hammock in and stuff like that, it's really an access way. At the front of it is now terminating in the gunnery position. There's a chair with the controls for spinning around this weapon and shooting.
Nice.
Yep.
It goes very well with my new ability called Improve. So...
You
Hey,
now
does
can shoot.
this thing have a plug on it?
A plug?
Yeah, can I plug into it?
Yeah, but
You can think about that later.
Yeah, I'll think about that one
Because look, if he we'll talk about that later.
we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But for now you also now have a gunnery station added to the ship thing. It's one more thing that you can shunt power away from or shunt power to, so on and so forth. Yeah. You, however, do not have any other things installed just yet, unless you wanted to spend money to improve the ship.
what do we...
I don't know. I was gonna say what the fuck was on our wish list. To buy. We already have that.
Repair tools.
Repair tools are in the for sale items.
We'll do like mass shopping later.
That's understandable.
Right now.
We'll
Right
just
now we need to get
yeah,
our
we'll do that
third
off screen.
person.
We need to get our son.
Yeah, when we get back next time on Sargasso, we'll tell you what we bought, if they bought anything or changed anything, because that takes forever. Okay, so you get in the ship.
Interim episode of Aurelio figuring out how Roll20 works.
Yeah, after the interim episode of figuring out how Roll20 works. So where do you, Abram? I guess do you like go down and check it out?
What, this village? What am I checking out?
Well, you're just in your ship. Nyx is booting
the
up. I'm
gun.
assuming
Yeah,
she
sure.
flies. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
you have preloaded 5 shots.
Mm-hmm.
They're big, huge ass shells. They do 2d10 damage, just like the cannons you're firing on the castle.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing on our road trip over to wherever we're going next.
What are you doing?
Improve! At 6th level, you gain the ability to improve weapons and sets of armor permanently. This process takes
Whoa.
8 hours of work and 500 credits in parts. The one in particular, ammo extension. Weapon holds 3 ammo packs at once.
All right, yeah, you could increase the capacity.
Well, speaking of money, how much did I get? What happened?
900.
We all got 900.
That's not
We
true.
all got-
That is not
we
true.
all-
You did
we
not
all
all
got
get 900. You and Nyx got you have 1,800 total between all 3 of you.
Oh,
Wait.
1,800 total. Divvied up between the 2 of you, so 900
Would
each.
be 600.
It would be 600 each, yeah. But you guys have been
But
kind of like
he-
focusing your money together and stuff.
Why did she give her 900? Like, here's your 900. Split up the rest between those losers.
Well, I mean, she had to give it to someone, right? She wasn't going to see it,
900.
She's
and
gonna
then
give
gave
it
her
to
another
special-
900.
She's gonna
Why
give
did
it
she
to
give
her
it to
special
her?
girl.
Let's see how it is.
Yeah,
I know.
gonna give it
She's
to her
like,
special girl.
whatever. Anyway, 6
She's adopted you.
It's because she trusts Nyx to do the work that
Oh,
needs
yeah,
to be
that's-
done.
That's
I
what
don't
we
even
call
work
her.
there. You're not gonna give it to me.
Well, I'm just gonna put I have 600. You can do whatever you want with your dishonest money. Otherwise,
Dude, I'll take 600.
You think that she's not gonna like use
I don't know.
it?
You seem very in with Lunaris now, Nyx.
They've changed.
You
She's
Thank
gonna
you.
spend most of it on ship upgrades.
Huh?
639.1.
All right.
All right, so Nyx, you boot up the engines, and they hum with a nice familiar sound. Sadly, there are no mud puppies. No mud puppies to keep you company as you fly, unless Abram wants to fly. Abram, you're downstairs. You're checking out. Maybe you just sit in the canopy just to like see the view as like the floor is now rising below you. It's, I think, probably a pretty neat experience, to be honest. But you take off and head out into the space. You leave the large circular station behind, with all of its pretty lights and fancy landscapes on the inside area, and head down to Sargasso. And it's a little bit on the hot side, and maybe you're a little concerned just being in that open canopy that just feels like nothing's there except for glass, but you have enough
Nah.
shields. Yeah, you're fine. But the shields resist the heat. You take it slow as you can for the ship. It's very good for re-entry at this point. You have shields specifically designed for that purpose explicitly, and you are out flying over the deserts of Sargasso within the hour. You scan the ground looking for Aurelio, and I'm not going to make you do any rolls. You eventually find a desert town in the middle of nowhere made out of scrap, and it is a party!
Oh my god.
It's like
I'm
fucking
alarmed
Cinco
at
de
first. I think that's a
Mayo.
riot, but no, they're just having fun.
Yeah, there's like a burning skeleton and stuff like that. Like, it's just like...
Yo. This is how we
I land the ship outside of the
Please put it far away
Town.
from these people.
A bunch of people start racing out with like spears
No!
and stuff like that, and then Aurelio is just like, whoa, 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 whoa.
They're cool.
Alright, and I open the hatch. And I'm gonna walk out.
All right, you open the hatch and walk out, and you regroup with Aurelio as he stands beside several large and in charge family members, including a man with a amputated limb and a Nan who looks very old with lots of aprons and stuff like that. She's like covered in clothing that like covers up her face and stuff from the sun. It's a whole village full of people who just seem like they're meant for hanging out here in the deserts, natives to Sargasso. A lot more ragtag than, say, like Merwin or the other people of Tenby were.
They all look like me.
They all look like Aurelio. It's uncomfortable because now you guys are standing out, whereas Aurelio fits right in for once.
Yeah, it is uncomfortable.
Hi, Aurelio. And she kind of like waves.
Thanks, Abram. Guys, this is my family.
Oh.
She
Aurelio,
kinda-
like
Abram leans over to Nyx. He has a family.
Aurelio like does like some weird like hand signs, and there's like a girl that kind of just like nods her head. Like, oh,
Oh. Are they all your family?
all of them.
I understand.
There's like 20.
Oh. Same.
Gramps, Nan, Elizabeth. These are the two people I was telling you that I've been traveling with. They're good people. They're my friends.
Oh, it's
Very
nice to meet you. Here, let me shake your hand.
Which hand is he holding out?
His left.
She takes it with her hand.
All right. He immediately like abruptly lifts upwards, and then he just like starts examining your arm
Got
like
him.
very closely, like a fish on a hook.
Oh, Nyx. Yeah. He's a mechanic.
Very intricate.
I built it myself.
Fascinating. Can I
May
borrow
pros-
it?
No, I kind of need it.
That's fair.
I'm a prosthetics mechanic back in Polysteris.
Incredible. We could have used you a few years back.
Give him your card.
I mean, I still do business.
Oh, I can't afford it.
No.
Aurelio laughs and like hits his back.
Actually, my forms of payment are a little non-standard.
Fuck.
Really?
Yeah.
Gramps, this is the woman, the doctor that put the thing in my eye.
Ah, finally. I can finally thank you for helping out my dear sweet boy.
It's the least I could do.
Yeah, give me your card.
I give him his card, and in tiny print underneath it says like she has like 2 business cards, and one of them says like small favors in exchange for prosthetic repairs.
Oh, I can't read.
Oh,
Nah, that's not true. I'm just kidding.
God damn it.
okay.
I hate these people.
But yeah, if you need something, just let me know, and repairs in exchange for dinner.
Are you asking me out on a date, miss?
No, I
What
have
about
a boyfriend.
Avery? Abram says.
No, I have a boyfriend.
Ah, understandable.
Gramps. Gramps, please. You're embarrassing me.
No, it's fine.
Aurelio, I think it's time to head out.
Oh. Okay.
It's okay. We'll take care of your dog.
Gramps.
What?
Oh, they're mud puppies, right?
Yes. Gramps, please.
You sure you want them back? They're just so cute.
Is he drunk?
No. Aurelio looks Abram straight in the eye.
No.
No. Are you sure? You cannot get drunk.
Oh, okay. Is he? Let me rephrase. Is this okay? Is he okay?
No, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
Okay.
Oh boy. I gotta take him back, Gramps. I gotta be able to take care of him, you know?
No, I understand. It seems like they just get chewed apart if it weren't for you.
Well, with all the coyotes here, that's a possibility.
Oh, shit. The chickens! I gotta go, kid.
You have a good time, and he runs back, and like you immediately see just like feathers flying in the air from like behind one of the stalls. Like, oh god, the humanity.
I thought he was going to save the chickens.
No, he hasn't. That's just it. Is that their feathers are flying to the air, and he's not there yet. Like something's happening to this chicken.
Oh.
Right. I think.
No, he's going to beat the shit out of the chickens. Those are the actual enemies.
They're-
Hurting a coyote.
My coyotes!
You look around the corner, and you see a massive chicken, like 10
Oh,
feet tall. It's
my
like an
face.
ostrich,
Wow.
and it
Wow,
just
things
takes
are
off
really-
into the sky.
They're really wild out here.
Well, Yeah, I told you guys. I wasn't exaggerating.
I didn't believe you, and I feel very bad about that. I apologize.
Aurelio just nudges him and goes, I bet it explains a few things now, huh?
It explains everything.
Aurelio goes and he gives Nan a hug. He gives Elizabeth a hug. And he's like,
Oh, bye-bye, my little sweet boy. Yes, I'll give you the little rubs on the head.
Nan,
Don't die, you little shit.
that's more like it. I'll be fine. Besides, we're dead once. Like, it can't
Okay.
happen again.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and then the younger woman just looks at you and makes a bunch of hand gestures.
Aurelio makes a bunch of hand gestures back and then pretends to talk and then laughs and then gives her a hug.
Alright, she hugs you back.
So mean.
Everyone begins to disperse back to their various abodes. Real talk though, like I remember Nick as you get back on your ship and look back around, you see that this is a place out in the middle of nowhere. Like, things are hard. You don't see a way for water to be brought up from anywhere. There's no wells. You do see bones of various animals that lie around, subsumed by the sea of sand. Some things that were larger than things you've even seen in the dark haunted woods. Yep.
Jesus.
Ivory
Dinosaurs.
ribs that climb out from the sands and pierce the heavens. And you get back on your ship, and you begin to fly away for parts unknown. Where do you go?
Aurelio's pointing at all the bones. I climbed out when I was 4. I climbed that one when I was like, that one was hard. Oh, I almost broke my leg on that one.
Hey, we're just looking at the maps. We kind of forgot about this. Did we let them look at the... Oh, I guess it's too late, but did we let Lunaris look at the orb map again?
No.
No.
Okay, well, it's too late. Let's go.
I thought that
I
was
was
like a
gonna-
conscious choice. 'cause,
I don't
like,
know. I don't remember who you asked, and then we just kind of forgot about it.
They were just gonna... The Red Star was just gonna be like,
She,
"Here you go."
well, hold
Oh,
on.
yeah, that's what
yeah,
happened.
I
Okay.
remember it.
I
She
forgot.
was like, we
Yeah, I
need to
forgot.
check it, and we need to figure out how to check it. And you guys were like, well, maybe we can check it somewhere else. And she
Yeah.
said that
Okay,
sounded
well,
like
then
an okay idea.
maybe we can call them out to the fucking no man's land when we get there.
Yeah, if it turns out to be somewhere where like, this is fine.
Yeah.
You
Speaking
are
of-
stocked up on rations for like 2 weeks in
Mm-hmm.
the back. It overflows some of your rooms a little bit, but it's important. You have running water for quite a while. You have a recycling system that keeps track of it. You guys can go anywhere you want. You are 100%. We're in one of those moments where the sky is the limit. You can do anything.
We need to get stuff.
Yeah, we need to get healing stuff mostly. That's all I care about ever. 'Cause
Sure.
we keep dying.
I'm going to say that we will handle that outside the session in the sense of just look
Alright.
over the thing, because I think
Okay.
we'll,
Follow
Then
Walmart.
otherwise,
retroactively, I'll let you buy whatever you want for your ship and your supplies.
okay.
And
Then
for now,
we
I
stop
think
by a store at some point, but
Yeah.
otherwise,
you stop by Satellite Kroger.
nice. All right, are we heading out to space to go to the next place? Is
Yeah.
it time? Let's go.
Nice.
Let's go.
Okay, you head out to the gateway and you are blasted off into the wild green yonder. You eventually did find another gateway that was a little bit on the farther side, but did not take you back to Ayama. I mean, Lianne Fiale.
Is Ayama where we're going? Did you spoil us, DM?
No, Ayama is where Avery is from.
Uh,
Yeah, which is in another sector, another system.
we should go there.
Someday, maybe.
Yeah, if we don't
Yeah.
die.
Oh yeah, Abram, did you need Aurelio for something?
Yeah, have that conversation before we get to the next place.
Okay, well then as they're flying, Abram, he just kind of looks at Aurelio, and he's like,
Lovingly.
well, my dear, whatever the fuck your name was.
My dear, whatever the fuck. It's Oira.
That's or whatever. Listen, so since you met with your family, did they inform you of anything regarding your blood? Yeah, a word like that.
Aurelio?
Yeah.
They told you the story about a couple. However, I want you to be the one to reveal what you want to reveal at your own time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Aurelio kind of grips the wheel a bit, or the stick shift, or the thingamabob he's hanging on to, and he puts it into autopilot, whatever. So it keeps going to speed that it's going, just hanging out, doing whatever. And he turns and looks over at Abram and he goes, yes. I always knew I was adopted. You know, it wasn't that hard to tell. But I always kind of figured my parents died, you know? Bro kind of sighs and just kind of looks back out into space. And he goes, but I guess things were a bit more complicated back then.
Back then.
Near the end of the war, genetic war, I knew my grandfather was in it. Just as a mech, you know, he helped repair things. My parents were both genetically modified. They were sort of second generations. They didn't want a life of outcast for me that they already had experienced. Aurelio kind of like cuts himself off at this point. Supposedly, they're still out there somewhere. I don't know whether I'll ever meet them. But at least I know I shouldn't have blamed the genetically modified all those years. 23 years. I blamed them thinking that they had killed my parents. Turns out they were my parents, and they were just trying their best. You go silent after this.
Abram is also silent for a while, although he keeps looking. He's just like, kind of staring at Aurelio.
Nick stands up from the cockpit and heads back down the hall into her room and shuts the door. Because you are now in orbit over Ayama.
Immediately going to my tablet. We're in the Ayama system.
Holy shit!
I'm like looking out the window, like looking at it, like.
Yeah, what's it?
Wonder which.
At least somebody's happy.
I wonder which section he lives in.
Beep beep beep.
I'm assuming that's my tablet. I'm going over. I'm looking at it.
Yep, and just like you had planned, via sending emails before, you get a video call.
Oh.
I hit the accept button.
You see a very tired-looking Avery sitting on the corner of a bed in a small room. It seems to be a bedroom.
Dick out.
Dick out, no.
Next, please take it to your room.
She's in her
she
room.
is absolutely in her room. I'm almost tempted to
just
do
making
this as
sure.
a separate side session, to be honest, but I'll let it fly. So,
hello?
hi, yeah, can you hear me? I don't know how long you're going to be here for. I'm surprised you're here at all. This is definitely ISF kind of territory. I'm sure you won't be here long.
Probably not. We're on our way to our next destination.
Right, don't tell me.
I won't. Trust me. I don't even know where I'm going.
Well, I just wanted to... Wait, what?
Long story. Long story short, maps are weird.
Right, okay. Well, that's fine. I just wanted to say hi, and I was going to send you some more music and some movies while you were in. I think that the probably fine enough bandwidth to get what I'm sending before you go. I'm going to write a few emails as well. I'm sure you only have a few minutes. Is there anything you wanted to say or talk about before you left?
Yeah,
How are things going?
Oh, pretty good. Just hanging out at home. I got to see some of my family again. It's nice to see them back having a good time. A lot hotter here than I remembered.
You look exhausted.
I'm really tired. It's so hot to sleep. It's been so cold for the past 2 years of my life, and now all of a sudden it's tropical. What the fuck?
It's, yeah, going from hot to cold to mildly temperate, then back to scalding hot is not great on me either.
Oh, man. Okay, well,
You can see the hair.
I see that you've had some changes done.
Oh, yeah, I've been meaning to do this for a while. I mean, I still got a little bit of a side shave, though, and she kind of, like, lifts a little bit of her hair to show, like, the side shave.
Oh, well, that's good. I kind of like the side shave.
Yeah. I wasn't gonna get rid of it entirely, just enough to kind of, like, you know, if I want to be a little bit more professional and, like, flip it.
Yeah,
Flip it back.
no, I get it. And, well, I see you're wearing some new stuff, too, but I can't really see the details on it.
Oh, and she kind of, like, sets up the camera, and then she kind of steps back so he gets a little bit of a full view of the outfit.
Aurelio, he's not that suave.
Shit.
Yeah, it's,
Looks cool. I've never seen anything like it before.
yeah, it was a custom thing I got as a gift from
Like
people.
a friend?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Sounds fine to me.
It's
Abram
hard.
knocking on the door.
What?
Male friend? What kind of friend?
And Aurelio.
How
Abram
close?
Aurelio versus bedroom. Oh.
So do you think next
No.
time you might be in Ayama system for a bit longer than just a few minutes?
Hopefully after this next mission, maybe it would be nice if everyone got a little bit of a longer of a vacation than 3 days. If I had more time, I would have come.
No, I get it. I understand. Well, I think our time might almost be up then. Is there any one last thing you wanted to say? I think the files are probably sent over by now. I should have plenty of my music and stuff to listen to.
Yeah, and I sent up over a couple of things too. I talked to my adoptive family about you, and Nada wants to meet you.
Oh. Oh, God.
I know.
All right. Yeah, I guess sometime we can do that.
She's eccentric. And obviously everybody else says hi.
No, tell them I
like
say
Abram
hi
and
back.
Arella. I will. Our comms were adjusted, so I can send emails more frequently.
Well, that's good. That's pretty
Lianne
impressive,
Fiale.
actually.
Lianne Fiale was very unforgiving.
Oh, God, what a fucking backwater.
Oh my goodness. Public Wi-Fi isn't a thing?
No, I've been there once. They turned it off.
It was...
They used to have it.
It irritates me, especially with all of my technology.
Yeah. Well, you should be fine now if they got the upgrades for you that they said they would, whoever they is.
Well, one day I'll explain it to you, but for now it's best if we keep things...
No, all right. No, it's fine. I understand.
I feel bad keeping you in the dark like this.
Well, someday I hope you are more willing to share.
Hopefully when all this is over.
All right. Well, see ya.
Bye.
Click.
And click.
And we cut back to Abram and Aurelio as they're looking over a beautiful green and blue planet swirling with white clouds.
That's what it looks like.
Beautiful. You see cities that are on the dark side aglow with lots of light. Very, very settled area. Looks almost like a good old blue marble that we know and love.
I wonder if Nyx will live there one day.
I wonder
Forever.
if she took her titty out. Okay.
Aurelio, even if she did, it's none of your business. She is a growing young woman. She can put her titty wherever she wants. He's
now
like
it's
talking
on the
casually, just looking at
Cockpit.
I'm here for sex positive, Abram.
Yeah, he's just like talking about it. And he's just
Aurelio
like,
turns to look at Abram. Can I put my titty wherever I want it?
no,
What did I walk
Well,
into?
why not, Abram?
because you're not ready.
Nyx just like stares at the backs of
At
both
what
of you.
age am I ready, Abram?
It's not about age. It's about maturity,
Experience.
experience, maturity, things you do not have.
Will you show me one day? Aurelio
Abram just
knows.
sighs and looks at him.
Aurelio
Oh,
knows
Nix.
Nix is there right there.
What's happening?
Did you enjoy your chat with Avery?
How'd you know it was Avery?
I know everything.
Who else would you
That's-
squeal over?
Yes.
He's got a point. You don't get excited about anything except for...
This is his system, so
Nah, Ayama.
we should visit one day when things calm down a little bit.
Fuck.
Sorry, no.
No. I ain't a part of that.
Abram,
Yes.
you look
You die.
out through the windshield and you see that this place is indeed aglow with all kinds of fixtures and cities, and you see plenty of space elevators and orbiting cities of their own. And you see a pillar of metal, the biggest ship in the universe.
I was gonna say, I know about Ayama, don't
A little bit. You've never seen it in person, you don't think?
I? No.
But you recognize a lot of these ships. You see frigates and battleships all in fleet, all docked in, and you see a tremendous piece of technology. The service ship Achilles. The biggest ship that's ever been flown. It's as big as its city in its own right. 2 large cylinders and a ring that sits around outside of it. It's a bristle with cannons. It houses thousands and thousands. And maybe looking at it starts to make you a little bit on the uncomfortable side because you are basically in the heart of ISF territory.
Yeah, exactly. I think, well, I do know that this is the heart of ISF. Like, there is some stuff that I have. So I do know that. So he kind of looks at it and he gets up. He's just like, you just had to pick someone from ISF, didn't you?
All 3 of you look out the window, and you see a laser gun. No, you look out the window and you look down. You look down on the continent of what appears to be like a very large city, and you see that this is on the scale of like miles. You know how they say that you can see like the pyramids of Giza from like the space and stuff like that? You're seeing something of this nature. Something on the ground is just scorched black and gray in a perfect ring around this city.
Crop circle.
It's just a burned hole mark. It's just like black sootiness just burned to the countryside. It's very thin.
Terraforming.
From this vision, it's like millimeters thick, but it's big enough to be seen from space. A perfect ring, miles and miles, hundreds of miles in diameter.
A ring.
A ring of black around a city.
Interesting.
Does it rule them all?
It's pretty big.
Should
I
we
feel like it's important,
I'm sure we'll visit someday.
but like,
but like it's being mentioned like this now.
yeah.
Oh no, you gotta understand that the DM just mentions everything your characters can see. That doesn't mean it's story relevant immediately or
Yeah,
something.
ISF is.
I was gonna say, when we visit the planet one day, it might be relevant, but right now I don't think it matters.
All right.
because ISF will kill us,
Abram actually knows what it is potentially.
and Avery will be a
I
widow.
think I do. I don't know how to bring it up.
Yeah, it's just
Casually.
Abram.
Hey, what's that weird ring?
I'll
Yeah.
tell. Yeah, that's fine.
What? Oh, that was them asking me. Well, I can't be too sure, but during the war, sovereignty didn't get along with the ISA, and they pushed them back here to Ayama. Perhaps that is a remnant from the war,
Hmm.
but I'm only guessing.
It was a sovereignty, Aurelio says.
The sovereignty of Orion,
Uh,
a faction. I don't think it concerns you.
yeah, I wasn't really alive during that too much, so.
It's history.
Uh,
History, Aurelio slams table.
Aurelio turns and looks Abram dead in the eye and goes, "Did you see a school where I grew up?"
I said it doesn't concern you. I tried to warn you. God.
Well, we're not landing there.
Although, wait a minute. You might. Now that I'm thinking of it out of character, Aurelia, you may want to have some interest in the sovereignty. They house many genetically modified people. Perhaps your parents are with them.
Are you saying this in character or out of character?
Yes.
In character.
He's informing him that the sovereignty has a lot of genetically modified people.
Aurelia, like, halts the ship.
We all die.
And
You all
turns
slam
and
against the windshield.
and turns and looks at Abram.
Abram looks at him. What?
What do you mean they have genetically modified people? You mean
Well-
those on the run or those in battle?
Well, perhaps any and all. Let me see. Let me just open my notes and read this verbatim.
Okay. We'll wait.
The sovereignty is mostly a collection of worlds who were genetically modified. That's what it says. So, it's just a place where maybe they belong, where it's safer.
Aurelio starts the ship up again. And they keep going.
DM, do we know where that is?
You are where the sovereignty is?
Yeah, just so I can be like, yeah, we'll go there one day.
Oh, yeah, the heart of it, just like how Ayama is the heart of the ISF, the heart of the sovereignty of Orion, the former sovereignty of Orion, God rest their souls, is Viclides 3.
Oh, right. Yeah, we'll definitely visit there one day.
Where is that?
Don't worry, I know where that is. Abram's
Is that part of
like,
your backstory?
yeah. Abram's like, I'll show you where it is one day. For now, we should focus on the mission. And he looks kind of like, he looks ready to stop talking about this.
Aurelio, not picking up on that. No, he's like, okay.
Aurelio, please. I want to love you, but you make it so hard. No, not really. No, I love him.
Everyone he's ever met to him.
No, it's fine.
Alright, so we keep flying this.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you do anything else on the ride there? You begin to basically just head off into space. There's no gateway. Well, okay, so let me explain to you how gateways work. They can send you anywhere. What, can you not hear me?
You cut out a little bit.
Okay, well, I'm here.
But you're good now.
Okay. Let me explain how gateways work. When you fly along them, you send them a signal, and in that signal, it involves a coordinate of where you want to go. So they can send you a lot of different places, but there's, like, how do you get back? So the question, make sure you send yourself to somewhere that you know has a gateway on the other side. So there is this possibility of taking the gateway to send you to that location, but they're a little concerned about what you may find, so they want you to more take it slow. Yeah. I mean, if you want, you can take it, but I think that they gave you enough rations, and, like, you guys could take some time to yourselves to, like, meditate, read up. I don't know what you guys bought at the store, the Space Kroger, but maybe you bought, like, some history books or something to brush up on, and, like, you're experimenting with your new technology. And we do need to go over. We did need to do a little bit of bookkeeping because you guys are only supposed to have 3 attunable items. And I think it's now I'm going to ask
Stroking your new hair.
Yeah, stroking your hair. That's an attunable item. No, I'm kidding.
No!
That's a joke. But like the lion shield and the spear and the staff, like those are all quote unquote magical items that require attunement. So you can only carry up to 3 of those. There's a few things that you guys have bought from the store as well that count as items that require attunement. Mostly the things that you got from the random boxes count. Things that give you modifiers that are like special, like +2 to persuasion. Stuff like that, advantage on blank checks, like that kind of stuff is really powerful, and it takes up an attunement slot. So you can only have 3 of those. I'm not going to do that right now, but there will be a time. I don't know if I'm going to record it, but we're going to have to deal with that before the start of the next arc. But in the meantime, this is it. This is your top. Do you have anything else you want to say? Talk to each other about, comment, questions, things like that.
Nyx is gonna pipe up, and she's gonna kind of look at Abram, and she's okay. So you probably don't want to talk about this, but and she kind of motions to the behind the ear thing. Are you?
Yeah.
Did you want to? You said that you were going to explain that.
There's not much to explain. It's an implant that allows me to interface with ISF frames more efficiently. Whereas your dear Avery trained his life away, I can just do it.
I have never seen that kind of technology before.
Other people have it, perhaps not for what I use it for. Does it bother you?
No. I'm just curious. So you can literally plug into anything.
I wouldn't say anything. He says, looking kind of pensive.
Off the radio then.
Yeah. Please don't plug a radio into me.
Just that thing where you like puts it on a record player and like opens.
Oh no!
Are you guys talking about this in the cockpit?
Yeah, where are we?
I mean,
Actually, a
it's up
certain
to
someone
you.
does not know that Abram is genetically modified still, but I don't know if it matters, because he's like getting over his hate because his parents are genetically modified, so I don't know, maybe Abram's like, well, whatever.
This might
I
be the
need to
time to
break out the hot
strike.
chocolate.
Well, okay, he's not mentioning it, but I don't think he's trying to avoid Aurelia when they're talking about this particular subject. As he said, people have this implant. It's just not for what he uses it for.
Aurelia just gonna just kind of pipe up a question and just go, so I'm not good with technology. What does it do?
It is a female end of a piece of technology. It goes into my brain. When I plug into an ISF frame, I can see pertinent information. I can control it better. That's all.
So that's how you were able to control the Iron Wing.
Yes. I can control any ISF Iron Wing.
Well, that would be pretty useful, but you don't even work for ISF. What's the point?
I do not. What's the point? I had it before I joined Lunaris.
Alright, you see like Aurelio trying to do math in his head. He's like, that doesn't. But that would. Well, that would. Did you?
Her lips form a tight line.
He glances at Nyx.
Were you an ISF
ISF.
soldier?
Yes.
Huh.
That explains.
Well, why don't you like them then?
They're not all like Avery.
Nyx kind of gets up and she leaves.
Abram kind of like deflates slightly. Aurelio, I have reason to believe. I hesitate to say that they did do this, but there is no reason to think otherwise. The ISF dabbled quite heavily in genetically modified persons. Super soldiers. On occasion, not all of them. Perhaps they were the ones who created your parents. I'm not sure. I'm sure other people did things.
Aurelio kind of stiffens, but then relaxes like the tiniest bit. I assume they don't anymore.
It's hard to say. I left them.
Isn't it illegal now?
Does that stop people?
I suppose you have a point.
Especially when they were the ones who had a hand in some of these documents. Of course, it would be easier for them to circumvent the law when they are the ones who made part of it. Or perhaps the ISF doesn't even know. They could have people doing things right under their noses and they wouldn't even know it.
It's more understandable now that you left. Unless you were fired?
No, He kind of hesitates. Needless to say, this does not leave this ship.
Of course, I don't have a reason to tell anyone. Even if I did, I wouldn't.
Well, I suppose the short version is, I am a genetically modified soldier. And I decided to leave eventually.
Aurelio opens and closes his mouth like a fish, for lack of a better way to describe it.
Abram he's like in the, I guess, whatever seat that he occupies, and he's like gripping the armrest kind of tight. But otherwise his face looks normal, but he's like,
Aurelio gets up and punches him.
we're gonna fucking fight.
Oh, my computer. Okay, never mind. It's good.
Oh god.
Aurelio just went to like sleep. Aurelio stares off into space, and he looks down at his hand, and if you look at him, it almost looks like he's about to cry.
Oh, don't
And
cry.
he grips the wheel really hard, and then he ungrips it, and he touches the scales on his face, and he just goes, "I'm so sorry about what I said and what I believed. If anything, Abram, you have proven to me that genetically modified aren't monsters at all. They aren't bad people. I can't speak for all of them, I don't know many, but if they're anything like you, Abram, I would trust them with my life. I'm sorry about my assumptions before. I'm sorry if I had said anything that had upset you."
It's nothing other people don't already believe, but I will admit it could have been heard from someone else.
Aurelio shakes his head.
Although I'm not sure why you look like that.
Not all of us can look cool and pink, you know.
Well, the people, myself included, that I was around, were made to look good. Perhaps your genes are, or something else.
Do you know anything about what mine could possibly mean?
He looks him up and down, trying to remember something, but he just kind of shakes his head slightly. I do not recall seeing green scales and yellow eyes. Not off the top of my head.
I see. Do genetically modified usually have children?
They can. It depends on what they were for. Ones like me had no reason to. I believe I can. I haven't tried. But I was for espionage.
Espionage? But you're pink.
I am.
You do not blend in well.
There are a lot of people in this world. Not everyone is not pink.
You are the only pink person I've ever seen, April.
Yeah, you don't get out much.
Well, alright, you have a point there. So, if you don't mind me asking, if you do, I understand. What exactly does your modification allow you to do?
One second, let me make sure I don't fuck this up. Because God knows. Okay.
Poor Nick decided to leave before this conversation could take place.
Well, you can eavesdrop, come back, whatever.
No, she's just gonna. She's in her room right now.
I understand.
Think about Avery.
No, just her choices.
Oh, yeah, I know he's not making it easy. I'm sorry. But,
Judgy.
yeah, he's super judgy. Why couldn't you have picked a nice Lunaris man like me?
God.
He
Damn.
he's starting to relax a little bit, even though this topic is very uncomfortable still, but he wants to help Aurelio feel better and feel more comfortable. So he's trying his best. Well, my... Yeah, she's got a point. My designation, my group, were primarily counterintelligence. That is why I look relatively average. We went in, we gathered information, we did what we had to, among some other things that I should not mention. But there were always other units that prioritized perhaps being normal humans, perhaps being extremely strong pilots. Any kind of hesitates. More mental pursuits. The ISF did many things that I do not know fully about, as of course there were secrets, and I am only scrapping together what I could.
I see. So you don't do things like crush cars with your bare hands or anything?
No. But there were some who could, from what I understand. They look far different.
Or that kind of looks off.
Did they? I remember one of us saw a picture of these types of genetically modified people. I don't remember who. I thought it
was actually
it was
Aurelio.
Yeah.
On
When you went to the library.
Aurelio
Yeah.
went to the library to ask about the sovereignty of Orion and whatnot.
Yeah, and there were pictures in that book of like the big ones
biggos.
that Abram is alluding to, but he's never seen them.
That's what he's thinking about. He's like,
Yeah, okay.
Car crush man. Probably you. I can't read.
That's okay. Now you know that was Car Crush Man. So Abram kind of like glances back towards Nyx's room, and he's like, "I know that not every ISF is the type to think of such things, such as creating humans, treating them like tools and experiments. But it's not wise to get involved with them."
If Nyx trusts Avery, I trust him. But from what you said, that's about as far as I feel comfortable going right now. They haven't necessarily been the best to us so far, but just knowing the things that they could be doing right now.
They only care about one thing, and it's not other people.
Nyx, I think you're just gonna choose. You're in a very small enclosed ship. I don't feel like it's easy to get any kind of secrecy unless you're trying to get secrecy, and I don't think Abram and Aurelio have been on purposely trying to stealth hush their conversation, so I think it's just gonna choose.
No, we're just talking.
Yeah, do you want to hear this horrible, horrible betrayal? Abram has turned Aurelio against Avery slightly. Maybe not fully, of course, not because it's Aurelio. He loves everybody.
Aurelio
but- He trusts them, but I don't really do.
Just ISF.
Nyx does hear this. She hears everything. She looks at her tablet, then looks at her own hands, and she just runs her hands through her hair. Everything is stressful.
It's a few more hours, a few more, potentially even a couple of days of traveling through the darkness of space. The rations are fine. They taste okay. You cook your meals, you read your books, you enjoy your movies, your films, your radio, you show each other songs, you play cards, you enjoy whatever you bought at the store, you experiment with things, you maybe talk to your shields, you look through your staffs, you hesitantly touch the spear, wondering if it will speak to you again. Aurelio, you look at yourself in the mirror, seeing scales as they climb across your face. They seem to have stopped at the limit of what happened on Lianne Fiale. This is your new you, though. You can still wear your goggle if you want. You find that if you remove the eyepiece from it, you can still put it on and gain the benefits of dark vision just like anything else, if that is your prerogative. Perhaps you've grown accustomed to it. I'm not quite sure. And eventually you begin to get closer and closer to that point on the map that you know to be, that unfamiliar blank space. Nothing's there. Everyone, roll a wisdom saving throw.
Great.
Bye.
Oh, really quick, I want to say that we probably have been sending messages to the ISF.
Damn it.
I mean, not the ISF, fuck the ISF, Lunaris, just so they know where we
Understandable.
are.
Fuck the IS.
Yeah. I think
Let's have a
the...
conversation about
I just
that
sent a
angle.
message to them that says fuck you.
Fuck you. Aurelia, please make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
my god, nice.
I hate you all.
Okay, let me write that down.
You're emotionally compromised from hearing all that. It's fine.
Aurelia never thinks, so he does. He can't feel emotional distress when he
God
does not
damn
have
it.
emotion.
Oh god, that's a secret.
Okay,
Also,
so...
he's totally wearing his goggle. Just without the eyepiece in it.
That's fine. You've grown
He
accustomed
likes
to it. Okay, so... those are some interesting numbers. You... You wake up.
No.
It is a bright and sunny day in the beautiful town of Edinburgh. The sun shines bright through the slatted window. You experience the warmth on your face as you rise from your fluffy bed, and you have to pull yourself. The alarm is blaring. It's 7:30 in the morning. Can't you just get 5 more minutes? But, alas, you cannot. Your parental figure wakes you up and rouses you and tells you breakfast is on the table, and you stand and dress yourself, look in the mirror, maybe brush your teeth, comb your hair, get ready. You have your uniform all set and ready to go for another day at Edinburgh High School.
Yay.
You suck.
Now I've unmuted you. Please repeat that again. I'm sorry. What did you say next?
I hate you so much. You suck.
Dude, I have parents.
Find out next time.
No.
Are we all siblings?
No?
No.
Do I know them?
Maybe.
No.
Do I have my mud puppies?
I don't know.
Is my head still half shaved?
I don't know.
Am I still a lizard?
Am I alive?
Can we keep
No.
going?
Nope.
Yeah. What? What?
Just
Oh,
suck.
you can't do this to me.
Goodbye, everybody. Recording stopped.
No!